And then I started blasting.
Hi, chat. Welcome in to episode 59, which is crazy, actually, of the Echoing Isles. I feel like I say that every time I say the number, and it goes up by one every time, because of course it goes up by one every time. But it's also so crazy in my brain.
Yeah, it's your longest one by far, so
Like,
it is a woe. It's a woe for all of us.
We've more than doubled my last longest.
It's been a year and a half, guys. How does that feel?
Oh, that's weird.
That's...
I don't like knowing the concept of time is passing. It's
very
just been a while. I don't know.
But that's why, oh my god. So you know how Sal's been running the VODs whenever it's intermission or overnight or whatever? Re-listening to that stuff. First of all, we're funny as hell, so it makes me laugh. But second of all, I started crying because, like, baby us, well, yes, we have changed as people and players, but also our characters have changed a lot. And we've all, like, there was one point where you grabbed your flower and started praying, and I cried because I was at a live comedy show listening to it in my other ear, and I had started crying at the comedy show because I was like, yeah, that ship has sailed. You unironically said, like, last week, fuck that flower, it's dead. I was like...
That's so funny. That's so bad.
Oh my god.
It's been a long time. It's been a long road.
I was watching a Sal, like, sleeping stream, and when I popped in, it was right around the time, well, Pyrie had first used Phase Step, and so I was like, oh my god. How many times has she used that since then? And then the other time I popped in, it was, we were fighting, and the slaves were getting taken onto that boat, and me and Leia died. Yeah. And Pyrie is running down the dock, and we were like, you left us.
On fire.
We
died. My bad.
And
you're fine now.
Mordred, out of, like, the goodness of his heart and not wanting the big campaign to end in its 3rd month, somehow miraculously lets us live.
Oh, I remember specifically this because you guys died because I didn't plan for Pyrie to leave, which objectively, I've gotten much better about this.
You have.
That's what I was saying earlier, is you're really good about planning combats that are fair but still difficult, but also can't plan for our bullshit.
Absolutely.
Because we don't fight normal.
Pyrie burned down an entire ship while you two died. The goddess did some shenanigans.
Yeah.
And you didn't die. So cheers, guys.
Yeah. Cheers.
Love not dying.
I was like, what was it? It was like session 4, and I was like,
yeah.
Well, that'd be a sad way to, like, end this. Let's maybe not do that.
Actually, a one-shot.
It was the end of our tutorial, because that was the cusp of when we were going to decide if we were going to let it be what it was or continue playing, and we all wanted to continue playing. So thank you for letting the goddess be bullshit in that moment.
Well, thanks for continuing to play another 45 sessions after that.
Well,
it's been a great 45 sessions.
And that was 4.
Oh shit, the math isn't there.
Wait.
That's a 55 more.
Yeah, you right. I can math. I promise.
Died in the tutorial.
Honestly.
Listen.
Dark Souls.
Because that was back when I was still frontlining for the party, which I shouldn't be.
No.
Frontline.
You shouldn't be frontlining.
But at the time, that was just how that was. Well, and I tanked it for a good amount of time until I was like, cool, y'all are good now. I'm at the back. I'm an assassin, man. I'm squishy as fuck. Let me sit back here.
It's because we had 2 new players. They were learning the ropes, and now you guys are pros. You know exactly what you're doing all the time, right?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Perfect. Then
I wing every session. Every combat, I pull that shit straight out my ass.
Exactly. You're a pro.
Professional.
I will say, I feel like I'm better at reading and understanding the things that I have.
Yeah.
I still get confused on quite a few things, but I actually know that I have stuff, and I can use it sometimes.
Yeah, getting used to the language, getting used to the flow of combat and how turns work and stuff like it. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I love pretending to forget how many turns Gios takes, and I will continue.
It's my
that.
favorite.
Gios is crazy.
My favorite thing. Or like the amount of times too that you tried to cast that really OP healing spell that was like, okay, well that's
and
also
it takes
a 10 turn
minutes.
one.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I will continue to mispronounce everyone's names.
Classic. So in a way, we're also dramatically different and yet still the exact same. Hasn't changed.
Yep. Same, but different.
I feel like Kyrie has only become slightly more unhinged-ish.
Yeah.
Ish.
You're open with it. Because also I noticed back in the beginning, you like to DM Blaine a lot for your shenanigans because
I wasn't sure if because I would have an idea, but I'm like, I don't know D&D shit. Can I do this?
And now you just do it, and I love that you just do it now. It's a fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yep. We've all been on a journey.
It
sure is an out of
combat.
combat
What a journey
spell.
it's been, actually.
1000%.
Yeah. Been crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, time to have more fighting inside the party.
So anyway,
we were due for drama.
Yeah. So welcome in everybody officially. I know we segued hard. That's fine. Ryan, congrats on first there, man. Derp Manny, thank you so much for subbing. You're so cool. This is 2 whole months. I'm super grateful. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Hey Sonny, thanks for the raid.
Wow.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I raided you and immediately walked away. I was like, okay, bye.
That's fine.
They're your problem now.
That being said, we're very excited to get started today. So that will bring us to a couple of things. Firstly, Liari.
Panties?
Would you like to roll? Wait, don't do it yet.
Oh.
Okay, now do it.
La 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 la
I had to put the dice tray up for everyone to see.
Yep.
All right.
Very non-committal attempt at your last pair of panties.
I
don't even know if I get it. I don't know where it's gonna go. I already have the shoulder pads and the choker, the crown, the earrings. Where's it going? Where are we gonna put it?
I think we just stuff it like in the sleeve, like the little tattoo sleeve thing you got going on here.
Tattoo sleeve.
All your little strappy things, I think we just start tucking them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, logically that makes sense. Make a cape? Oh. Mr. DM, Ryan gave me an idea.
All right, how many are you at right now? 8?
Yes.
If you get 9, we'll make a cape.
Oh yeah.
Are you telling me Larry is turning into Captain Underpants?
Fuck yeah, buddy. You haven't noticed this whole time? What have I been doing this whole time? What do you...
No, listen. Now you have a cape.
Undies.
You were just stealing undies. Now you're turning into Captain Underpants.
The first thing I made was a crown! Yeah, you're right. And then I have to start running around in my underwear. I'm actually going to disrobe as well. I gain more power that way.
I gain more power. Amazing, guys. On that note, because I don't know what else. Anyway, at the end of week 4, you will have been together in game time for 72 days. Or a year and a half in real time. That being said, Mads, you gave the recap last session because you requested it, so that leaves us with Liari and Pyrie for history rolls.
Yeah. It's gonna be me. That's a big number there.
That's a big number, whoa.
That's it. Be a big number.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uncontested.
So anyway, welcome to Larry's recap of shenanigans. So just right before the beginning of last session, we all found out we're the father. And so Liari goes to talk to Azyria because her whole life just kind of shattered. So did mine, but you know, she's like, holy shit, there can be more of me? I thought I was one of me. And now there's this seed. Is it a baby? I don't know. So anyway, we had a nice, lovely, romantic chat that led to the great smashing. Good times. And then Pyrie doing Pyrie things. You took off and talked to... I don't remember if you talked to Mads again, but I know you found Morkella, and you were going around shopping with Morkella in cat form. You broke into a mansion. You went to the library. Oh my God, you got kicked out of the damn library.
I forgot you went to the library, actually.
So, yeah, Pyrie went
like
to the library.
Pyrie thing.
I got kicked out of the library. I went to go see Morkella to ask a question. Didn't ask the question. Became a cat. Touched a bag, got a bear.
Yeah.
Yep.
Touched a bag?
Exactly. Yeah, I'll get to that. Pyrie went to the library to try and do research on dryads and...
Sorry, I dropped something on my keyboard and I'm trying to wipe it off and it's hitting all the buttons.
That's fine.
Still, those 2 history checks still didn't beat mine. Oh, we're going again. How many more? No, just Pyrie just remembers nothing. But yeah, went to the library to research dryads and the fruit and what's going on with that. But they didn't fully. Oh, they were asking about veils, as in like veil magic, but they got a book on like wedding veils, like the clothing accessory, and they started yeeting the books everywhere because they weren't right and broke one, and the librarian kicked her out and revoked her library privileges.
Oh yeah, she had a library card, chat. We put it up.
Yeah.
I forgot. I made a whole thing and I forgot.
So after being kicked out, yes, in cat form, you broke into a mansion and one of them had books, but not the right books, and one of them didn't, and then you like stole some food or something, pumpkin bread, I believe. And then you found Morkella and you were going around various like magic shops looking at stuff, and then you did not take, you bought what turned out to be like a bag of trickery or something like that, specifically a rust one or something of that nature. And when you batted at it, it like activated it and you rolled an 8, which popped out a bear. So now you just have a brown bear and you were walking around. Your cat ass was sitting on top of the bear like it's your personal ride.
Yeah, because
going through the middle of town.
Hello?
Yeah, no. Exactly. Scaring the shit out of everybody, and Morkella's like, yeah, this is normal. Meanwhile, me and Azyria finally leave the room, grab Joe, and we're heading to find you and Mads to have a talk about like the future and all that stuff. And we run into you and Morkella. Morkella takes the bear back to the mansion where we've been staying. And we go in to the mayor's office to see Mads, only to find Smadge. And Mads also did some more political stuff before we busted into their place. Mads had 1 or 2 more political things, and then also the twins showed up. And Mads also is planning on trying to snipe the twins' right-hand man,
Caroline,
Silvara.
right?
Huh?
Nope. Nope, I was thinking the wrong person. Nope, never mind.
Did you
Because
call the bear Carolyn?
I sure did.
Carolyn's the mount from Valkyries.
That's Bosco, if I recall right.
Yep, so true. So Mads is trying to pilfer Silvara and was like, stop working for them, work for me, you'll get better benefits. And they're like, sure, but you can't just leave. You got lucky because you died. And Mads is like, well, okay. Was it Mads or Smadge that whole time?
It was Smadge pretty much the entire session.
Okay, so Smadge was doing all this, and Smadge was like, well, we can kill you. Or get damn near close. You'll look dead. They won't know the difference. And then will you just come work for me? So that whole plan is going on. And that almost went through when the twins came because they also brought the right-hand man. Smadge pissed off the twins, fed them all tea. There was some ashes in the tea, but last minute said, don't drink the tea. We'll do it later. And then they set up a secondary meeting for a couple of days or a week from now. I don't remember the detail on that, but they're going to come back and that's when it's going to go down. Remind me if there was more important details with that, because I'm not quite sure.
No, that was pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay. So then
they're going to come back
after that.
Get the amulet or not. So.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the amulet again, and you did previously piss off Tavarlo.
What was the deal with the amulet?
The amulet was so I was supposed to give it to them originally. I created a copy with Markella, gave it to them. They figured out that it wasn't real, and then Tarvalo wanted it, and I told Tarvalo to fuck off. And then and then I was like, it's really interesting that Tarvalo wants this. Maybe I should give it to him instead. And I just like to vex you. That was the gist of it, if I remember.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
All right.
And then after that was when we bust in the door, and then Smadge had that whole reveal to the party. So now the party is very aware of Smadge, and that there's essentially a split personality thing going on, and that Mads is currently trapped inside the headspace is how that's being explained to us. And Pyre's just a cat in my arms, just watching everything. And I did detect magic to see if something was messing with Mads, and I didn't sense anything out of the ordinary. So then I did detect thoughts, and we're about to find out how that goes. Also, low-key on the walk over here, I found a leftover uniform. That's the word.
I was
from
one
of the Stone Guard regime. Yeah. And I slashed the heck out of that. Like, I took my dagger and was just cutting it, and then I burned it to a crisp. Like, I went crazy for a second and then stood up, took a deep breath, and was like, so anyway, on with our day.
I didn't just have a complete crash out.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I'm normal. This is normal. So anyway. Oh my god, is that Kelly?
It sure is.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Yes, exactly. And now we're about to detect thoughts, exactly. So now it's time. Now it's time to see how that works out for us. And I have to pull up the player notes of what we decided of how that's going to work for us. So I have quick reference.
So I'm going to go with this one because I think this unease music is better than the other for this situation. So let me switch the scene. All right. Liari with Pyre in your arms, and Azaria and Joe on either side of you have entered into the office of Mads, the mayor of Stoneguard. As your conversation began, Liari, you cast Detect Thoughts on Mads and was able to distinctly find a separate personality buried beneath the psyche of the one that is portrayed. So you are aware now that there are two personalities within the person you know as Mads, and that the person you're speaking to is not that person necessarily. I will say, Mads, please correct any thought processes here if they are incorrect, seeing as
Nope,
this
I
is
think
kind
you
of
nailed
your character arc here.
it.
So,
Nope, you nailed it.
the last thing that we ended on was Liari hearing the distant, quiet, suppressed calls of Mads as they struggled to speak out against the Smadge being portrayed to the outside world. There's a lot of specific words I should work on here.
I think fronted might be helpful too.
Fronted is such a good word.
Mm.
Oh, we're borrowing from DID. I love this.
Yep.
Okay.
Fronting personality.
I think it's more accurate or kind of portrays a bit better.
So in this particular instance, the fronted personality is Smadge, whereas the suppressed one is Mads. You
Yes.
are now in the office, guys. Liari, the last thing you heard was Mads calling out from the suppressed brain space. That is all. Take it away. I don't know how else to set you guys up.
So I imagine I just did my epic speech and you guys just did a bunch of magic and I'm just staring at you.
Pretty much. Yeah. Do you want to recap?
Like,
The
I guess let's
speech
talk
bit.
about what happens when the spell goes through, because we talked about if Mads would allow a failure on the first one, because essentially there's like a first wave that goes through, and then you're aware that I'm doing it, and then I can essentially probe deeper. I go deeper, and then I can get more specifics on what it is that you're thinking, but Blaine was letting it work almost like a sending spell where I get to talk to the inner voice, aka Mads, like 25 words or less per round. And I think there was a discussion about you can choose to fail or not.
Like, Smadge should be able to suppress that if they would like to. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, Smadge will roll if you want Smadge to roll to oust Liari from your brain. But otherwise, yeah, Liari every 6 seconds would be able to have a 25-word conversation with Mads.
Okay. What would I roll for that?
Or I suppose everyone would, since you're all in a brain space. Shrugs?
Oh yeah, how'd that work?
I don't know. I guess that depends on how Blaine wants that to work. Because we're already kind of like stretching some of it anyway. Okay, you cleared the things, so I'm going to...
I did clear the thing, yeah.
Give myself the thing back and recast it, question mark, so
Oh.
we can see it for our
My
own
bad.
reference.
So if
That's okay.
Smadge would like to oust Liari's Detect Thoughts, Smadge will roll a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw. On success, ousted.
Okay.
That being said, it's just the surface level thoughts that you get to hear Liari. So, like, theoretically, you could just continue to cast it. You could try to probe deeper.
Okay.
Only on a probe deeper. So only if Liari chooses to try to talk do you roll that saving throw. Otherwise, yeah, you can just kind of hear Mad screaming, but you can't communicate with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that works. And now that I'm aware of kind of how we're doing that, I would try to talk to Mads because I feel like I understood the words that Smadge just said, and detect magic gave me nothing weird, but I did detect thoughts and I feel Mads in there, so I will probe deeper and try to reach out.
No.
Bummer.
I don't want a headache. Besides, why don't you believe me? I'm telling the truth. And you can hear her. You know she's in there. She's fine. She's just taking a nap.
Okay.
Like I said, she'll probably be back tomorrow.
Forgive me if I want our friend back. I don't know you, and I don't know that they're not stuck in there forever.
I can assure you they're not stuck in there forever. Unfortunately, we share this body.
Can you give her back?
I haven't quite figured out how to do that yet. It's kind of just happens.
Well, then why won't you let me talk to her? And I'm going to try and probe deeper again.
Okay. I have looked into this slightly as well, and I will clarify something. For this particular way we are using this spell, Liari can speak with suppressed Mads by probing deeper. Smadge can reject it by rolling a saving throw any given time. And any connected minds can hear the conversation, but only Liari specifically can communicate with probe deeper. Does that track for everyone?
Okay. Then the minds that are connected right now is everyone who's here, because the only one I didn't connect was Morkella. And obviously Mads isn't connected either. They weren't there.
Right,
but
yeah.
as Joe and Pyrie would be able to hear if I can get through.
So Joe, Pyrie, and Aziria would have been able to hear the Mads call out. That being said, yes, if you'd like to attempt to probe deeper again, you are good to go. On a successful save, the spell ends. You'd have to recast the spell.
Okay, well, I only get one a day, so never mind.
Yeah. So you would not be able to recast it. And you are no longer able to hear Mads.
How do I break it?
It's weird. You have to go into your character, go to effects, and then hit the little break concentration button next to duration. Noise.
Ah.
Yeah, it's a bit obnoxious.
Can you tell I've not used magic for the last 59 episodes? Okay, then that it doesn't really change what I say. It's just that I can't feel her anymore. So I'd be like, then why wouldn't you let me talk to her?
Because this is my mind too. I don't want you probing around in there.
What are you trying to hide?
Nothing, but I like to protect myself. After all, Mads did get us in quite a bit of trouble. A lot of loss, a lot of painful things that we have to live through. I'd like to protect it if I can.
We all went through something painful. You brought up the war. You weren't the only one that slaughtered a bunch of people, or they did, and they were all the wrong people. There's nothing wrong with it. We did it to save ourselves, and we did it for the good of the city and everyone here.
Mads is not completely in belief of that, and besides, she also went through losing her beautiful, beautiful goddess that she just loved so much that it destroyed her. And now I'm here. And I will make sure that Mads is safe.
Is that when that happened? So you haven't been here the whole time? You got here when the
time
goddess
when
went
I
down?
started to get... That's about when I was able to start taking control, yeah. Once Mads noticed that the goddess was no longer real and her hopes of becoming good were futile, it was quite easy to...
Joe's gonna lean forward from the back. So what? Where's Mads exactly?
Oh, Joseph, she's still here. She's just deep inside my mind, taking a little nap.
Okay, and you are not Mads?
No, you can call me Smads.
Smads?
Correct. And I will call you by all of your appropriate names. Leari, Miss Reno, and Azaria.
I was gonna twitch at the full government name.
I don't think it was. I think it was just Reno. I think it was the other nickname.
Oh, was it just Reno?
Miss
Either
Reno.
way, it just
It's weird. Yeah,
it's weird. Pyre's gonna be like, I forgot that was a nickname.
I forgot.
Yep.
If you say that, only we hear it. Smadge wouldn't hear it.
Just cat ear flicky like nonsense. Still crossing ball.
So I would like to ask you again, would you like to continue dealing with me? Or would you like to wait until another day when Mads is up front and ready to take on your questions? I will say I'm in a rather terrible mood. I'm sure you saw the company that just left my office, and I have had quite a day of meetings of the like.
Forgive me if this is a lot to take in, and I'm not getting dangerous vibes off of them, am I? This is just weird, and they're not exactly lying to me, because I would know. Have you been lying to me?
Mads, are you...
No.
You don't have to answer if you are or not. However, if you would like to roll to either persuade or deceive, you may do so with a secret roll.
I would like to persuade them that I'm telling the truth.
Very good. Roll whichever one, persuasion or deception secretly. And then it'll be against Liari's 21 insight.
Oh, it wasn't secret. Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. Persuasion it is. You're convinced that Smadge is telling the truth.
This is just a lot to take in, that you're even
I'm sure.
here.
Mads wanted to tell you many, many times, but she was afraid that I would be here and I would scare you all, and look what happened. Just because of her intolerableness and inability to act more quickly, you had to have this conversation with me instead of a more respectable one. Another reason why I am the better of the two of us.
And why are you not respectable? I still don't... Like, can Mads hear us? Is Mads still here?
She's very aware. She's very aware of what's happening. I know you can't hear her anymore, but she is screaming on the inside. She's rather upset that I told you about our little goddess being deceased. Poor thing.
Oh, speaking of, and Joe will reach into his bag, pulls out the still frozen lotus flower. I've been keeping this for Mads. I don't think it matters to you, but maybe we could give it to Mads. Can Mads come out for a minute?
Mr. DM.
Yeah.
Hypothetically speaking,
Sure.
if there was a way, because like there's triggers for Smads to come out, so it would make sense that there would be triggers to have Mads come out. So could I roll for that possibility?
I think that's an awesome idea. How you've kind of been setting up the Mads Smadge rolls. I think it would probably
My
depend
current
on the
one
severity
is
of the
5,
trigger.
10, 15, 20 for like the daily thing. And then if it's like an event that like triggers it, it's even smaller of a percentage. So I think I have it at 1 and 11.
So you have set numbers, okay.
Yeah.
So it is theoretically possible for you to roll a 1 or an 11 to have Mads emerge?
Well, that was for Smads, but I'm thinking of it for Mads now. Just by bringing out the lotus, because like the lotus is like such a symbolic thing. The twins were the other one that was going to bring out Smads, but that just went out the window.
Yeah, if you're using a 1 or 11 for triggers to bring out Smadge, I would probably think in my brain that a like 12 or a 20 would bring out Mads with a trigger, because that would make sense to me. It just depends on if one is more dominant than the other or not.
No, I think they would have the same effect either way. It was mostly just a percentage. So I just picked random numbers.
I see. You can always do like 1 to 10 and then 11 to 20 or something.
That's true. I kind of like the idea of keeping it the same.
Yeah.
Just for my brain.
Yeah,
so I can remember.
I like the idea either way.
I won't do 1 and 11 though. I think I would like the idea of 12 and 20.
I think it's funny, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's funny.
Sure. Are you giving any modifications to the roll because of the trigger, or is it just a flat roll?
Flat roll.
Okay.
That's my thought.
Good luck.
Oh,
doubling down.
It's
no
just
response.
extra Smadge, an extra dosage.
An extra dose. Now we're just upset.
Smadge just switches. Or Smadge
Yeah, just imagine. Imagine he takes it out and Smadge just kind of like eye twitch, like something happened there for a second, but then they like went back to being resolved. I'm sure Mads would like that when she's available. I think it's best in your hands for now. Besides, if I get it, you have no reason. There's no reason for me not to destroy it.
Huh. Interesting.
That's
interesting.
Incredibly honest of you.
Joe's gonna put the flower away very carefully. And that's it.
So, where do we stand like, are you a part of the party? You said you had goals. Are you with us?
It was a very interesting question. If you ask me, we are still companions. We're still on the same party, in the same party. For now, I have my own self-interests that I plan to hopefully commence, but that won't involve any of you. But if you ask Mads, I'm sure she would say something along the lines of how we're all the bestest of friends and we're going to stay together forever.
Well, I don't know about all that. I don't know how well you know Mads if you think that's her response. Nothing, eh? All right.
I'm just gonna look at you. Just smile.
Azaria will kind of lean up a little bit and just give you a light tap, Liari, and give you a pretty easy to read look of like, maybe we should just go.
I'm gonna look at her and be kind of torn, and I'm gonna look at Joe. What does he look like?
I need to roll 2 things for Joe, actually. Joe, you have 21 insight, so you could read this. He's very much just put on a, I guess you call it like a brave face. But you can see that whatever interaction, like the interaction that he just had with Smadge was not, it's not the person that he knows. And he is very upset and just not showing it. You can tell because you've known Joe for a while. But like anyone else wouldn't know.
In brain space, Pyre's gonna be like, so maybe we try again tomorrow? Who wants hot chocolate?
Me.
Liari is kind of concerned because she had just made up her mind to come and talk to the party and bring it back together, and she doesn't feel good about abandoning Mads or Smadge or whatever this whole situation is. But if everyone wants to go, I think she's going to kind of give in. I don't think I have anything by way of something else. So she's going to give in, and she's just going to look at Smadge and just say, okay, you said you were in a bad mood anyway. We'll come back. And then I'm going to kind of more intently look into their eyes because I'm not talking to them anymore. And I'm just going to say, come back, Mads. We're not leaving you. Just come back and we'll figure this out. And then I'll like turn to walk away with the party. Or what of the party that is here. Minus Mads.
Yeah, minus Mads.
But I will say,
smile, big old grin. I look forward to meeting you again, Liari.
It seems like that's bound to happen, and then we just go.
So, on that note, you all make your way from the office of the mayor. Door closing behind you, and as you make your way back out into the sunlit outside of Stoneguard, you feel as if there's some crazy happenstances, situations, breakages happening. Where do you guys go?
I know everyone said hot chocolate. And we might have to go into a place in town for that. But I might offer to the party in brain space, just maybe we can go figure something else out at home. I need to find Morkella.
Harry's gonna perk up and then be like, Morkella has my bear. Joe, do you want to see a bear? I have a bear. He's very cuddly. He's so warm. He's so soft.
I'm gonna start kind of quickly walking towards the.
As you guys make your way there, Joe's just gonna. I did see the bear. Remember?
But you gotta. Pyre's like looking at him as cat, but like obviously talking in brain space, and it's just like, but you haven't given him a cuddle.
That sounds dangerous.
Nope, he'll be fine. He won't do anything unless I tell him to.
Oh, okay. Full trust.
Yes.
Full trust.
As he should.
You guys go back to the house. You do find Morkella with the bear. The bear has not left Morkella's side, and Morkella is sitting at a table just sort of watching the bear, and the bear is just watching Morkella, and it's completely silent and a little awkward, but like, yeah, they're in the house.
I'm just gonna rush to her and be like, Morkella, I need you to send your mushroomy things to Mads. We need to keep an eye on her and know where she is, so if you can at least do the listen-y thing that you do.
Are you asking me to spy on a fellow member of your group?
Yes, there's something going on, and there's two of Mads now. Mads is trapped in her own mind, and there's another one that is currently controlling the body or something. I don't understand, but I heard Mads. Mads is in there, but I couldn't talk to her, and the other person said to come back tomorrow, and they were telling me the truth the whole time, so I don't like leaving them alone, but they want to be alone, but I don't feel good leaving them. Can you just listen for them, please? You care about Mads, just can you help?
Of course, I will do my best. Thinking about how she would go about doing things with mushrooms.
I just remember we had the thing set up for when we infiltrated.
You had the Gestalt mushroom set up, and the Gestalt mushroom was something you could plant and then speak directly to Morkella with. It wasn't really a spying tool. That being said, Morkella is a funny little guy. What's the distance this can go away from?
Oh, you can just straight up spy.
Range is 30 feet. You can just move. It doesn't have like a cutoff distance. And it lasts for an hour. Which then you could just re-up. Oh, that's cool. Look at it. It glows and everything.
Where is it?
Oh, right. You can't see it. LOL.
Oh, I see it on stream. Wait, that's sick.
Glowy.
Whoa, DOS orb.
So, Morkella takes a moment, considers, and then begins casting a funny little spell. And after a moment of casting, you can't see anything. But Morkella, I have created a small object that can be used to keep an eye on Mads for a short period of time.
Okay, can you just, I guess, let me know if anything happens or when they look like they're going to leave the office, because y'all don't even know where Mads has been staying this whole time, right?
Joe's just gonna be like, no. As has been with you, so no response there, Morkella. Nope, I have not been paying attention to their accommodations. But I will do so
if
now.
You could, I was gonna say, if you can let me know when they're leaving, or if we can find out where they are, because I can follow them or whatever. But I just
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I don't
can
like
do
them being
this
alone.
for about 6 hours.
Okay. And what time is it right now?
Great question.
I'd imagine it's like quitting time.
I think it was like midday or something, because Mads had 2 meetings. Pyre did stuff and got the bag and went shopping. You just got done with the fornications. So yeah, I'd probably go with midday to evening if I'm thinking this through.
Okay. So yeah, I guess just let me know if something happens or if they leave so we can find out where they've been staying.
Of course. And now that I am watching another member of the party, will someone watch this bear?
I'm just gonna like plop Pyre back on the bear because that's where she was earlier, and I'm like, Pyre, it's your bear. That's all you.
Bear time. Joe, come snuggle the bear.
Joe is gonna tentatively approach that bear.
Oh no, did I forget to write down how many hours? I want to say it was 2. We only have headspace for 2 hours, I think.
Well,
Question mark.
Bear face represents the
What
bear.
the? Oh my god! Yeah, that's cuddly friendly boy, huh?
Cuddly friendly boy Bosco!
Yeah. Snuggling it.
Alright, let's see how this goes. Okay. Joe tentatively approaches Bosco, who sits unmoving and very docilely. Eventually, Joe gets close enough and reaches his hand out so slow, careful, Bosco doesn't move at all. He's just chilling. Joe gets real tense, and then his hand makes contact with the bear, and it turns and looks at him for a second, and Joe freezes. And then the bear just sort of licks its snoot and allows Joe to like touch him, and then Joe starts like petting the bear, gets a little braver, comes up next to the bear, gives him big like back pats. Pyre, you're just sitting on the bear, right?
Yep.
Joe's just gonna lean over and say to you, like physically, "Bear seems nice."
Pyre's gonna tell the bear to give him a hug.
Oh God. So the bear gets up and gives him a bear hug, sort of like hind legs, and tries to like big bear hug, crushy kind of vibe. And Joe being just like, "Oh my God, it's a little too tight for Joe, but he doesn't break any bones or get hurt because he's swole."
He grew up.
After about 30 or so seconds of a bear hug with no end in sight, Joe manages to, "Can you please tell him to stop?"
Pyre's gonna like paw tap the bear to tell him to stop.
The bear drops Joe, and Joe lands on the ground on his feet, and he's like,
Oh.
So,
Since I was there and I saw, I'd be like, Pyre, be careful with the bear, please. Also, have you figured out how to put it back in the bag yet?
Nope. Not even a little bit.
Right. I'm just gonna... People wanted hot chocolate, so I'm gonna go to the kitchen and like look around seriously for the first time in weeks and see what we got. What do we got? Anything sweet adjacent, Mr. DM?
Sorry, what was the question? I was reading this hilarious in the chat.
People wanted hot chocolate, but I convinced them to come home with me, so now I'm pilfering the kitchen. And I'm seriously looking at it for the first time in
4 weeks. There's no way in hell you don't have hot chocolate in this house.
Okay, sick nasty. All right, I'm gonna make people some hot chocolate.
Fantastic. While Larry is making hot chocolate for us, Markella's still here, right?
Yeah, Markella's just sitting here, but their eyes are like this bright blue as they maintain visual through their spell. They are still sitting here, though.
Oh, they're still spell casting?
Well, the spell is an ongoing thing that they can just see through. It's basically it's a little orb. It's almost like scry, if you will, so like you can see things, but it's something they cast locally.
Can I still like talk to / interact with Markella?
You could try. See what happens.
Cool, fantastic.
You have to not be Cat because Markella is not in the brain space.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I like to think that after the bear hug, Pyre had hopped back up onto the bear. Like bear's like sitting like Pooh Bear style, just like tummy out, and Cat Pyre was just like sitting on bear tummy, and then
okay,
perks up and is just like, I remember what I was going to do, and immediately turns back into full Pyre and whips out the seed. And it's just like, Markella, I was gonna ask you a question about my glowing seed. You
have a glowing seed?
Yeah, So the seeds from the fruit that I've been looking to make grow for and stuff.
Oh yes, I remember.
So
We spoke about those once.
yeah. So Matt's touched it, poured some energy into it. Now it's glowing. It was kind of an accident. Technically, there's another one, but that's with Funny Tree Lady, and so there's two of them, but they glow different colors, I believe. Anyways, this is the other one. This is the one I have right now, and so I was told that maybe, possibly, we might be able to plant the seed, and then I don't know, do something to it. Maybe I'm not really sure how to take care of it. If it's supposed to grow a dryad, but it might grow a dryad. I don't know how to grow a dryad. But apparently it might come from the seed, and the seed is glowing, and I don't know what to do with the seed, and the seed is... Can we grow our own dryad? Do you think we can grow our own dryad? Do they come from the fruits themselves? Would it be multiple dryads that are coming from the seeds? Like, from the fruit? Could we shape them into whatever we want them to be if we, like, put, like, funny casts around the fruit? Like how you see some of the fancy fruits are?
Okay.
Will it take the shape of the person that you use as fertilizer?
You have so much confidence in my ability to have remembered any of that.
Yep. Anyways, clip it, chat. That'll help.
Flip it. Ship it.
So
now you gotta remember your own crazy monologues.
Probably don't remember shit. I don't remember shit. I just go.
80 miles an hour. So you asked about the seed. You asked if Morkella knew anything about the seed. You said that Mads touched the seed and put energy into it. You said something about the seed maybe making dryads? ? And then Morkella thought about any information they might happen to know about dryads, if any at all. I actually need to write this down in a bullet point for myself. Hang on.
I love making the DM's job harder.
History check was discussing the seed. Arcana check was Mads touching the seed. The nature check was dryads from seed ? And the next one was dryads in general.
Dryads ?
Okay, cool. I got my list. So, yes, I do remember the seed that we discussed when you first arrived in Melody Cove. They were very interesting. Mads touching the seed and putting power into it sounds new. When did this happen?
Yep.
Be like 4 weeks ago, dude.
I think it... So, it happened when I got sucked into this hole of, like, black swirly energy. Well, I think it was... Mads went into the hole. It was her wife. I don't know.
Mads went into her wife? Looks at Liari. I did not know you were married. Congratulations.
Am I in the room?
Oh yeah, you're still here. This is like the kitchen. You guys are just in here.
Oh, everybody's in the kitchen. Oh,
We're
great. So I heard all of that, and now I'm just like... I'm just gonna look at Az.
Az is just gonna look a little confused. And just the interesting wording causes a slight it's like a blush, but like a unintentional that was like a lewd statement kind of blush, not an intentionally blushy blush. If that all makes sense. Terribly phrased. Thank you for coming to my horrible TED talk. Anyway,
she's blushing at Mads getting sucked into her black hole.
Essentially, yes,
Okay.
because of
And
the way
that's
it was
it?
phrased. But she doesn't say anything. She's just listening.
Perfect. So I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna respond the way I always do. Pyrie, what?
My wife is not a tree. Oh, wait.
Yeah, the fuck she is.
No, we don't.
So,
Okay.
when Mads touched the tree, when Mads touched the seed, it became empowered by her special magic.
Yes.
She blinks and her eyes stop being a glowy blue. They're still glowy blue. They're less glowy, though. May I see this seed?
Pyrie trusts her, so she's just gonna kind of,
Oh my
gently
God,
hand her the
you trust
seed.
Morkella more than me?
Do you have an
I trust that Marcella is not as emotional as Larry.
Well, that's a given.
Do you have
Yeah.
an unaffected seed in your possession?
Yep.
May I
Pyre's
see
gonna
that as well?
pull out the other seed.
I will be staring at this the entire time as I now have a vested interest in these seeds. And
You're like
I'm-
halfway through hot chocolate.
I know,
making-
and now I'm like staring intently at this mushroom that very well could just swallow these seeds at any given point, and then I have to go spelunking again.
You want to go spelunking in? Yeah, all right.
I
anyway.
don't want to. That's why I'm watching.
Intently watching to make sure.
All right. So Morkella, in each hand, is holding a seed, and one of them is the one that glows the gold and the magenta color. And then the other one is a normal seed. They are fairly spherical, is what I imagine. But I don't think we've ever discussed what they actually physically look like, by the way, Pyrie.
1 second.
Oh, are you just
Pulls
going to
up
pull the meme one
We are
out?
all the father.
Yeah.
Nope.
Is it like a peach pit? Is that what it looks like?
Yeah, I was thinking more like a peach pit. So like she's calling them seeds,
Wrinkly.
but like it's a pit. It's a
Sure.
Wrinkly
Yeah.
teardrop shape.
Because I was trying to remember what the weem had on it.
because technically speaking, I think the inner part is like the
Mhm.
inner part of the pit is the seed.
Yeah,
The pit is the
because it's got the
shell to
fleshy
the seed.
exterior.
Yeah.
So Morkella holds both of these and stares at them for a while, seemingly thinking, what could she do magically that would not just take away her arcane eye is a good question. Well, she has. She's gonna continue staring at it and seemingly thinking in the way that Morkella thinks. As she continues with a, and you believe that dryads grow from these seeds?
It's a possibility. Cause I was talking to Mr. Pickles, and like he said he heard something about this before, but he's not entirely sure. It wasn't something that he studied, and he wasn't really I don't know. We don't know. It's a theory.
And who is Mr. Pickles?
That death god guy that was flying around in the sky during the war, his name's Regulus.
Yeah. Him.
Just burning all the buildings.
Of course. The lich that is your friend.
Yep.
The what now?
Lich.
Pyrie.
Pyrie's just
really
gonna kind of look at her,
like him.
look at Larry, and just be like, "Huh? That was wrong. What?"
I'm just gonna let it go.
That's so much information.
Because I don't think Liari would know much about liches other than the general knowledge that those aren't good. I feel like that's just general people knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So
That might be racist. Maybe she's more racist than I thought, but just like, no.
Markella will continue with that. So you believe, based on information from your friend the Lich, Mr. Pickles, that dryads come from seeds.
Specifically powered seeds. Kind of. Something put power into seed, plant it, do something, and dryad, question mark?
And have you attempted to plant one of these? She's gonna tilt her head as she looks at the one that glows. Perhaps fertilized seeds.
Nope.
You may need to attempt that, though the endeavor may take some time.
I want to, but I don't know where to, because I've been that's the whole problem, is that I've been trying to plant these seeds, but they don't grow places like most places, so I gotta find the perfect place for it, which is why I've been trying to go to Eternia.
How much information do you know about dryads?
Looks at Markella, looks at the seeds, looks at Az.
Az is just gonna shrug.
Points.
Yeah. At this point, I would probably just be like, honestly, I don't know if any of us really know that much. We need to figure some stuff out. This has all been a crazy revelation.
Allow me to enlighten you with the minimal amount of lore and legend that I am familiar with.
Story time with Markella, let's go.
Her eyes are going to glow again as she continues looking through the arcane eye, which at this point has made its way into your office, Meds. We'll come back to that.
All right.
Let me find my stuff here.
Yeah, how is that going? So, people worried.
It is said, or at least in some long-forgotten texts that I no longer have access to, that dryads used to be more prominent, especially here. Prior to the...
Here where?
Here as in Eternia. This entire set of islands was once one continent.
Blinks.
Yeah, pretty much. Pyrie staring blank.
I mean, we know about the shattering. We learned about that, but...
It all begins before the shattering. There is word that before the shattering, 1,200 years ago, there was a great city, very advanced in magic and technology. And one day, things went horribly wrong, and an explosion happened, causing 1/3 of the mass of Fagrim to break away from the continent. and partially submerge in the waters, creating what is known as the Echoing Isles today. The island known as Eternia was where the city of Zephyria once sat, and was inaccessible to any form of life that was not on the island to begin with. Those who visited it perished within days to a week, and there was no cure. And so since then, no one has really explored Eternia. That being said, my understanding is that prior to the Shattering, dryads were fairly commonplace. And in fact, one of the largest groves for dryads was in the city of Zephyria. She's just gonna look around and smiling.
Well, okay. If they were all there, what happened to them? Like, did they... Was it the explosion, or...
No, the explosion was not the cause of their demise as a race.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check in with Az, like, is she doing okay? Like, is...
The fact that you guys have Morkella giving you this fucking recap is wild. Az is listening intently. I do need to roll there. It's not going to be a skill check. It's just going to be how they feel. They are holding it together with your 21 insight. They have, however, gotten themselves a chair and are sitting, enraptured by a history lesson about themselves of stuff they did not know about.
That's good, because they didn't get the birds and the bees talk either, so we really need to get all we can here. As long as she doesn't look like, as long as she looks like she still wants to be hearing this, then that's fine, and I'm just gonna kind of keep questioning Morkella.
Yeah. She's listening intently. This is more information than she's ever heard before. Pyra, you said continue, yeah?
Yep. Pyra just has a funny, serious look on her face, just like trying to follow along.
There's a lot of information. The dryads were domesticated, one would say, and farmed for their specialized form of magic, which was placed into storage containers known, I believe, as Eternity Crystals. These were used to power much of the way of life in Zephyria, which, as I said, was quite advanced. However, when the Shattering happened, it wiped out the vast majority, if not all, dryads.
Wait, hold on. I need to double check my own personal understanding of that, because she said it wasn't the explosion. But then their magic went into making the Eternity Crystals, and those are what exploded, causing the Shattering, question mark? And then,
yes.
And that is what caused them to die. So they died from that,
directly.
But not from that?
Not from that. They were... The way I'll need to describe it is not with Morkella. The way I'll describe it is going to be high table. But the conversation is coming from Morkella. Dryads were harvested for their magic power, for their particular style of magic, which is dryadic magic.
I've gathered that much in my Anna brain, yes.
So, that harvested magic was placed into crystals called Eternity Crystals, which was used as a power source for all of Eternia mainly Zephyria, which is a super advanced city.
Yes.
At some point, shenanigans happened. I guess indirectly they were killed that way, but that's not really the way that they were inherently killed. So redact my earlier statement.
Okay.
So big explosion happened and wiped out everybody. I guess dryads would be included, although that's not necessarily like the vast majority. How the vast majority were cold. That is how they were finished
because they were
off.
getting sucked for juju. Yes.
So with that in mind, that's basically your history course in dryads from Morkella, because that's the extent of Morkella's knowledge. Right. And she'll finish off her story with and that is all the information I have available. Which is why it's so
Morkella.
interesting that you have one of the dryads in your group here.
Okay, now I need to know, did she piece that together, or did one of us
She rolled a 23, something? A natural 20 insight to figure out that she's a dryad.
Beautiful. Then I'm going to turn to Morkella and be like, you cannot tell anyone about Az. We're supposed to be protecting her. And we don't, with all of this that's going on, it's really important no one finds out about her.
So we are keeping her existence a secret?
Just what she is. But then I'm gonna kind of like rub my semi-functioning brain cells together, and I'm gonna think about that story, and think about that she just said that the Dryad's magic was used to be making these crystals on Eternia for stuff. And then I'm going to kind of think about the snake people and that they wanted Az specifically. And then I'm going to kind of...
Explaining that to Morkella, yeah?
I'm having her piece it together with, again, her like semi-functioning brain cell, because everything that you've said so far, Anna has pieced together and more or less known, so none of that is new to me, but I'm trying to figure out how to like function with Liari. So like, okay, so I'm just gonna be like, wait, you see the gears turning, and then my eyes get kind of big, and then I'm gonna be like, oh my god, Az. They wanted you for something. Do they know? Did Zaresh know?
You're asking Az that?
Yeah.
I gotta roll for this one. Hang on. Good job. Az would sit there for a moment, and at this point they are deep in some contemplation. This is some life-altering information they have just received, like third hand, casually, from a monotone person. So like, they're gonna kind of have their head in one of their hands, you know, like where you have like the three fingers just holding your head up on a table. And she's gonna kind of turn her face slightly towards you and her eyes towards you, but like, he must have known. They kept me separate from everyone else. They made it a point that I wouldn't escape. They were preparing me to be moved. I think they did know.
I'm just gonna look at Morkella and be like, can they revive the city? Can they remake all that technology? The awful crystals?
Oh, she's got to roll again. Hang on. She's doing so good.
Well, I asked that to Morkella, but sure, Az can absolutely think
she's
about
putting
that.
stuff together too. Morkella's much more blunt because she has no filter. Well, it would not be efficient to do it with just one dryad, so the goal would be to create more. Start a farm, if you will.
You just, correct me if I'm wrong, but she just said she didn't know that they came from seeds, so I'm just, right?
Yeah. She is.
Or how to make more.
She hasn't really confirmed or denied the fact that they come from seeds at this point.
Okay, then I would just be like, well, we only barely just found out how to make more. You don't know how to make more unless you're hiding something from me. And squints at her and be like, how would they know? Do they? And then I'm going to kind of look at Az, because I remember I just kind of like hinted that maybe there is more there. I don't know.
Morkella will just tilt her head. Of course, there may be... It is entirely possible that a people based around a tree of sorts would grow from a seed, though that can't be confirmed or denied until these seeds are planted, or until more facts come to light.
But then I'm just going to look at Pyrie and say, but your seeds can't be planted, right? Because that's why you said you need to find somewhere, because they don't grow right.
Pyrie's just kind of like nodding along and just has like intense thinking Pyrie face on.
Intense
because
we gotta walk in 10% of the conversation.
Well, she's like honed in, but like she's thinking about how to like realistically like how this would work if she could grow like her own dryads, because then she could just start an entire colony for the fruit and stuff. And like she's in full like Pyrie brain space, just going nutso in there of just cultivations. What would happen if she could crossbreed them with different plants and
Pyrie.
all kinds of shit.
roll me a nature check and an arcana check right now.
Arcana.
Okay, that's the hard one for you. That's promising.
Nature.
Kind of huge.
Actually, yeah.
Could be good.
Yeah.
Morkella has kind of been looking intently between the seeds, both of them, and at Azaria. Pyrie, you've been getting all two of your gears moving.
Yep.
And you're not the most like magic-y person, but like magic can do some crazy stuff, and like maybe there's something here. With a 15 Arcana, you can put together. I need to think about how much I need to put out here for you. Hang on. if wait, I do have to ask Anna one thing real quick before I bring anything else up. Hang on.
Oh my god, are you typing to me?
Uh-huh.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I just need to clarify one thing before I move forward.
That's a big I don't know.
Ah, okay. Cool. Cool.
Right.
Cool,
so
cool.
like in the way we were kind of just like she's vaguely aware that Az is pretty convinced that she's the only one of her kind. It could have come up. But I don't think it would have held any relevance for her at this point because she's not actually racist in that way. She's just racist towards the snake people because
yeah, that's not really how I meant it. That was just more how I said it. Okay.
No, I know, but yeah.
But
like,
all right.
You can run with it either way.
Yeah, I'm gonna run with that. Pyrie with a 25, because that is about as low as I could make this DC legitimately without any additional knowledge. You have spent your life kind of exploring the world. You have been all over Fagerim. You have seen all sorts of funny looking people of all different races and sizes and colors. And a lot of times whenever there's, races that are a little mixed up, you sometimes get like a half orc or like a half elf, and they have lineage that denotates both of their hereditary inheritance. And you've gotten pretty good in your own way because of the way that Pyrie kind of functions in being able to identify things like that without inherently being told, kind of like a second sense. With a 25 in nature, which I'm going to call as the low of the possible rolls, Azyria has a lot of human traits. Very, very much in the way that like Joe has human traits, but then also has other traits like the barky skin and the color changing hair. And she smells like flowers, and all around is just really interesting. And you are 99% sure that Azyria is probably half human, half dryad. With a 15 Arcana check, you have no idea how that would happen if you come from a seed. How does that work? But
Okay, no, but like, question overall, because Pyrie knows how the shade fruit stuff grows, and as far as it getting the look of, depending on the fertilizer, the people or whatever have you that was used, it can look / resemble more of that person or those people's, and then same thing with their taste. It, like, if the person led a shit-tastic life, then it's gonna taste fucking shitty. But if they led a good, well-rounded life and were a good person, then it's gonna taste good.
Right.
Kind of, to boil it down.
Essentially, yeah.
So wouldn't Pyrie be able to? Pyrie's conclusion would be that it was like really good fucking fertilizer that somehow made Az. That's the conclusion that Pyrie would come to. Like 1,000%.
Pyrie could
and
definitely...
I see that, and I don't fault you for that.
Pyrie could definitely come to that conclusion.
Yeah.
But Pyrie
only,
doesn't
like,
have enough
one specific,
information for
like,
that.
What do you mean? She knows how the fruits work. She sees
No.
as being a
Pyre
half
knows
and
how
half.
the fruits are grown, but not necessarily if dryads come from the seeds, although it's pretty presumed at this point, / if the dryads inherit the traits of those the tree seed feeds on, presuming that happens. Does that make sense? Did I say that good?
Yeah.
So
in essence, he's saying yes, Pyre would draw that conclusion, but that is not canon confirmation that that's how dryads are made.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that is the conclusion in which Pyre would come to.
Huzzah!
So Pyre is now thinking about. Pyre is now just like mumbling to herself that it would just be like one really, really good fertilizer. You can't mix it. It would just have to be one, no contamination, and just that's what you'd have to harvest. And that's how you would get maybe, but it would have to be like really good, like really strong. Maybe like, and she's just like thinking like, because how much fertilizer it takes for these trees to fully grow normally. She's thinking like this person had to be fucking ginormous. Pyre's in like fucking Delulu land with this shit at the moment.
Do you kind of mutter that out loud, yeah?
Oh yeah, she's just kind of like muttering to herself, just crazy crackhead moment. Mutters.
Because Morkella rolled the lowest number for the Arcana variation of this check. So with your mumbling and Morkella's intelligence, Morkella has been giving Azaria a look over in a different fashion, where it's more of like a scientist examining a specimen rather than a person. And kind of like, you can see their face kind of scrunching in certain places, as they do with their little mushrooms wiggling on their heads and stuff. They're gonna look at Azaria like directly and be like, "How were you born?"
That's a great question.
Azaria is gonna like look up, just the eyes move up at Morkella. She's just gonna shrug. I don't know. It could, at this point, it could just as well be from a seed or from a person. I have no idea.
Well, did you have parents?
I don't remember.
That's tasty for me. Me is like, okay.
I don't remember being a child. It's all just a lost memory to me. I've lived a long time, so maybe I've just forgotten it.
Pyre's gonna turn and look at him and be like, "How old are you?"
Oh God, I gotta go look. Hang on. We have numbers somewhere.
Well, I am 330 if you wanna
It's somewhere around that number. It's real close.
finagle it one way or the other.
Let's... Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna say Azaria is 331. However, that being said, as Will replies, I can remember about 300 years.
Mm.
Is that canon? I'm writing that down for me.
Yeah, 331 is now canon. I wrote it in my notes.
Pirate is gonna be more.
Only remembers 300? Because that's the number that means more to me.
Huh?
I mean, give or take.
Okay. Sure.
Pirate's gonna kind of like is doing a think thonk again, and it's just I'm 224, and I remember my childhood.
You say that out loud.
Yeah. It's just mumbling to herself, but yeah.
Snarky. I gotta
It's
roll.
like, yeah, I was gonna say.
Roll.
Okay, well,
She doesn't say anything. She
I
just
don't remember mine either.
kind of looks over at you, Pyrie, as you say, like, I remember mine. It's kind of like a little bit of a squint, but no actual retort.
No, but I say mine out loud. I'm just like, Pyrie, not everyone remembers their childhood. I don't remember mine either.
Azuri is gonna like look at you now.
Pyrie's now in a mild panic of just like, be like, wait, how old are you? To Larry?
I'm 330.
Pyrie is now in just like, it's just, she heard that and is immediately just like, because she sees that we're both like elf-like creatures. And so she's just immediately just like, am I gonna start forgetting everything? Am I gonna start forgetting my past? Am I not gonna remember the fruit? And she's panicking now. She's in.
Joe's gonna chime in. I remember my childhood.
That's good, Joseph. But Pyrie, no, I don't think you're going to forget. I've never remembered anything before I was 10. Like, it's always been that way. I don't remember anything before, like, it doesn't matter. But I don't remember. It's okay. It's normal. If you remember now, it's probably you're fine.
Pyrie's still mildly panicking because Larry is not doing a good job in reassuring Pyrie that she's not gonna forget her entire life in like 100 years.
Just don't smack your head on anything or like do some magic juju. I don't know. Like, you're fine. Fine. You can keep panicking. It's whatever. I'm just gonna start dispersing the hot chocolate because it's been like 30 minutes.
It's not hot anymore. It's fine.
It's not. It's just chalky milk. Just drink your damn chalky milk. Like, what the fuck is this?
Morkella will continue the thought process because she's just been staring at Azyria and sort of like formulates out loud with a, well, if you came from a person, generally it requires two individuals to make a person. And if you came from a seed, generally those who come from seeds are born from the seeds and repropagated through seeds. But you, in theory, could be both, which seems strange and unrealistic. That's just mostly her talking out loud to Azyria.
Yeah.
Pyrie's gonna suddenly perk up and just be like, this is why they told me never to swallow the seeds.
Wait, told you what?
Never to swallow the seeds. In
I'm
her
just gonna
head,
look horrified.
This is what she was told not to swallow the seeds because she would probably choke on them, but also that things would grow in her tummy if she did when she was a little kid by the
Oh my god.
and she's just
Apple seeds, but
by
it's
the
real.
by the snackybus because they didn't want her like choking on shit when they weren't around. So they're just like, don't fucking swallow that shit. Spit it out. And now she's just
outstanding.
And then you talking about eating the seeds, I think Liari's just now going to remember the fruit and like vaguely what you've talked about with the fruit, and she's gonna keep it to herself, but if anyone's looking at me, there's like the mild like horror on my face as I piece it together before I quickly like mask over it, like because no one brought it up. I'm not gonna bring it up, but I'm like mentally making a note that like if the fruit ever comes up or is brought out of the bag, I'm taking Az away immediately. Like this will not be conversation.
Wait, hold on. High table though, didn't I feed Az some of the fruit a while ago?
I don't know. Please tell me no.
During the tower bit?
I don't know.
Oh, you
Please
might
tell me
have.
no.
I
don't remember. I was trying to go back because I feel like I finally tasted it once too, and only once, and only a little bit.
You
But
had
that
it
was
at the Hag Hut way back.
Yeah, you had it a long time ago. But I'm pretty sure during the tower bit,
I think
when we
you
were
did give
rescuing
her one.
Az, I think
You
I
might
gave her
have.
some of it in order to like help like with everything and like quell like everyone like and distract everyone for like 5 seconds. I'm pretty sure I fed her the fruit.
You might have, and I really need to go back and
Is
know.
that cannibalism?
But either way, I'm having that horrific realization right now and making that like pact in my own mind that never again. I don't know what that is, but I'm keeping her. We're so done with the fruit, even more than before. We're like, nope, no way. But I do need to know for me if you did, because that's disgusting. That's like when you eat the umbilical cord bit.
Oh, the placenta or something, right?
Yes, yeah, the placenta.
The
Thank
umbilical
you.
cord. It's just
I was saying, not the umbilical.
it's just spaghetti, guys. It's fine.
I'm.
The placenta bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why. Like, I've been grossed out for a long ass time since we've been starting to talk about this.
Shy, I gotta hear your commentary on this.
Yeah, come on in.
I'm still stuck on the fact that you just called it spaghetti.
Ew.
There's so much to say with that sentence. It's more like I don't know how to describe it. It's an umbilical cord. You shouldn't eat it.
It's spaghetti straw.
It's like really, really big though for spaghetti.
Okay.
So outside of the people,
It's like a boba straw, but a little bigger.
What do you
Like a little wider.
What do you
I'm sorry.
If I keep going down this route, it's just gonna get not good.
It's gonna get worse.
It's
I would
gonna get-
stop. I will describe it to you in great detail if you want, but I don't want to.
I'm sorry. You saying that immediately reminded me of there's a I'm so sorry, chat. There's a Yowie
Oh no.
that
Big hands.
instead of, it's pearls. And that's the only thing that immediately popped into my head when you said it was like a big boba straw.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. No.
Uh-huh. Anyway, so Liari's convinced that it's cannibalism and there will be no more of that. Thank you.
No
I don't care
more.
if it's real or not, but that's Liari's conclusion right now, and that's
Spaghetti Boba Yowie was mentioned. Good job. We hit our crazy 3-word combination that no one should ever say.
That is
true,
so fair.
and that was not on the bingo card.
we could
gotta add
realistically
it.
never do a bingo card because we say some different shit every session.
It would just, it's the free square. The free square is someone says something that made everyone else go, what?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, where were we?
I don't know.
Liari thinks that there's more dryads, even though there probably for sure isn't, just over on Eternia, and also she thinks that the fruit are fucking cannibalism, the end. I don't know where else we are.
Speaking, they kind of are cannibalism.
Maybe. We don't have confirmation. I've been waiting.
Well,
there's a couple of different ways we can go, and I'm scared.
I mean, in terms of just like how they're made anyways, because of the type of like how the fertilizer stuff works. So like kinda is cannibalism, but also, you know.
No. No.
The fucking sunny cackle kills me.
Yeah, was there more that we needed out of
No,
this?
I'd say unless you have something explicitly specific you want to have, I think we're gonna leave this conversation where it is.
It's probably good. That was a lot. That's crazy. Like, we got the parts that we needed to start connecting other things.
Yep.
In characters, so I'm just like, yep, this is great.
Yep.
This is a good time.
On that note, we'll come back to Mayor Smadge here in a second. We're gonna take a quick break to recompose ourselves because, we should. We should do
It's
that.
about break time anyways. It's alright.
Yeah, it's break time.
Yeah, it needs to be Smadge time.
So, go grab yourself a refill of water. Make sure you're drinking water, everybody. Grab a snack, and then come back, sit in on the second half, and we'll see you all very soon.
I'm coming for your panties! Nope.
Nope. This is the 5. Nope. You have enough. You don't need my last pair. You don't need a billowing cape of panties.
I want the last one. I need my cape. I must ult and evolve into my ultimate form of panty cape.
The caped pantsader. There's something here.
Oh, yeah, you're on it.
Yeah, there's something there. I don't know what it is, but we're getting there. So this nonsense all happened, and now we're gonna go over here to Mads in their office.
Office.
In their office. We can end them or kill a music and instead put on something more appropriate. So Mads, or Smadge, I should say.
Yes.
Smadge, all of Mads's friends, they came by and they've left. And you are alone in your office once again, finally. What are you up to in this moment?
So, like, Liari and the whole crew leave, and I'm smiling at them, and then, like, the second the door is closed, it is like, the smile is gone. We are, oh my god. Mads, your friends chose a terrible day to come see me. Oh, what a terrible day. I'm going to leave. And I have an interesting request.
Yeah, what do you got?
So, when we saw the goddess last time, she was in the sewers of Stoneguard. Is there some sort of way for me to go back to that point?
the last official time you saw the goddess was when you entered the mind, kind of, sort of Azyria, where you guys touched and you got sent into what we've been calling the, I
like
have
the
it
Veil
listed.
ley lines, right?
Yeah, the Veil Network.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just trying to, like, reconnect to the goddess? Like, what's the end goal, and maybe I can assist? Or do you just want to go to the place that you last saw them?
I kind of want to try to, like, tap back into that.
Interesting. Cool. Smadge wants to tap into that.
Smadge wants to.
Give me a second.
Mhm.
Gotta go looking for stuff. Oh, it would have been before that. It's up here. Ah, I found it. Okay. All right. How would Smadge attempt to trigger, find, do, instigate this? What's the way they would do it?
See, I don't think Smadge is tapped in enough and, like, really cares enough to really dig into it and see if they can figure out how to. I feel like they would try to go back to the place where it happened to try to re-trigger it, or to see if that would work.
Well, you're the mayor of the city, so you can go anywhere you want, really.
Yeah, so I'd probably revisit that space that I was at.
Okay.
And then, I don't know, I don't have anything else that I could use to, like, try to do that besides maybe using veil magic.
So then,
Right.
you make your way out of your office, giving enough time for Mads' friends to make their way away from you, and march with intention towards the cellar. The cellar itself has been horrifically damaged since the large-scale combat, so it's not really a place to house anything anymore. It is still, however, guarded by the local forces under your command, just because you don't want riffraff getting in and, like, taking it over, you know. So as you approach, they, being evening guards, they don't expect to deal with much, but you approach and they stand at attention as you walk by and into the cellar. Do you just walk past them, or would you like to give them any specific instructions?
Just walk past them.
Okay. You eventually make your way all the way up to the top of the cellar, where Azyria was imprisoned along with Pike and Daff. You enter into the cell where Azyria was, where it all happened. What would Smadge do to trigger this, if anything?
I feel like Matt would try to, like, push out, like, a large amount of veil magic to either, like, get her to come to us, or to attempt to trigger it again that way. Otherwise, they're probably going to be like, all right, Mads, we're here. Where's this goddess? Just kind of like, I'm finally back. Don't you want to come see me again?
Expend a use of veil magic. I mean, you know, just note, because you'll have up to 4.
Yep.
Roll me an Arcana check, please. Spicy. That's actually
damn.
fucking sick. Okay. Smadge, you step into the cell, concentrate, and expend outwards from you in all directions. A blast of this blue, glowing veil magic. Very different from the Mad's gold and Goddess red. It is a separate color for a separate entity. And as it explodes around you, you feel yourself floating. You seem to enter a dark space that lights up slowly in something like a neon light as different lines and different colors and different pinpricks begin to appear. And as you look down, you recognize that you are floating over a wireframe map of the Echoing Isles, with many different colors scattered about. At this point, Smadge, you're floating there, and you are essentially, in comparison, you are a corporeal being versus the incorporeal Mads that floats next to you. You look around at this strange wireframe map, if you will. What are you looking for? What are you doing? All of a sudden, you found yourself in the place you wanted to be.
I'd like to find either information, or the goddess. Or what was her name? Alyndra, I think it was.
10 out of 10 for remembering the name offhand.
You know what can I say? I remember. I can remember my worst day ever.
All that. Because I was gonna say, I don't know, Smadge is doing a great job at remembering things suddenly. Crazy plot twist.
Okay. You make your way floating, pulling Mads along. Mads is tethered to you as a line of blue veil magic that exudes from your center seems to connect and shade in a gradient sort of way into a gold line that is centered in Mads. You two seem to be forcibly connected somehow. Whether you two have a conversation amongst yourselves. But you begin wandering about looking for Alyndra. Is there any conversation or thoughts shared between Mads and Smadge during this time frame?
Mads is panicking because not only has Smadge had to deal with the worst things ever, both of the twins and her friends and the person that she wants to become the mayor all in one day, and now we're seeking out the other person that really hurt us. So Mads is really confused and trying to get us to go back. And Smadge just isn't going to communicate, just give wicked smiles.
Okay. So, looking down at the map of the Echoing Isles, you remember that there were many pinpricks of multicolored lights all over the place. Light blues and greens, pinks, purples, just all sorts of different colors, seemingly, in your mind, probably represented those with the ability to harness and use veil magic, whether or not they are aware of that. However, the same thing as last time you were here, almost as if it's a foreshadow, but a red miasma seems to emanate from what is Eternia, as you know it, out across the aisles, smothering the other lights until there's nothing but the blue and gold of yourself and Mads, and the red sea of miasma covering the entire Echoing Isles. Eventually you fly in your veil network all the way to Eternia itself. You zero in on the location that you have seen many times before, that white stone temple with the large walkway and stairway in the middle of a jungle, overgrown, forgotten. You land on this wireframe depiction of this place and stroll forwards towards these statues and doors. Eventually, as if appearing in front of you, coalescing as you've gotten so much closer, you find Alyndra becoming corporeal in front of you, seemingly excited to see you here, to see you having seeked her out. And as you approach, her form becomes her normal, red-dressed self. She smiles. Matt, you've returned. And then her voice trails off as she realizes that there are two of you, and one is not Mads.
Hello, Alyndra. My name is Smadge. I'm very interested to see if I can find some information from you.
Smadge, is it?
Yes, I'm Mads. Just a more aggressive version, maybe. When Mads found out all about you and your lies and the deceit that you had sown into us, she fractured, and now I'm here. But I have a few questions.
You're the part of Mads that's dead.
I'm clearly very alive right now. Maybe more alive than you.
And what is it you want from me and Mads?
Well, when Mads was here and her feeble mind was not able to comprehend the things you were saying to her, I revisit that evening and was very curious as to why you were so deceitful. You left out so much information, demanded so much, and left out so much. You said that you needed our body so you could right your wrongs, but you would not clarify what your wrongs were. Or Mads didn't have the capacity to even ask. Additionally, I have questions about Eternia. I have questions about dryads. And you seem to be the only person that has any sort of answers.
You seem very determined to get this information.
I will get it one way or another. Whether you help me or not is the real question. The truth always comes out, does it not?
roll for me a Smadge intimidation check, because that's a spicy, crazy thing to be saying to somebody in general.
It's fair. I don't know what a Smadge intimidation check is. Does that mean I get like advantage or?
Yeah, we'll say for the time being, I'll give you advantage. We'll work out the actual bits for it later.
The details.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You might think you have great power here, but you are a visitor, and I am forced to live here. We shall speak. Ask your questions.
Well, a great place to start is, what are your wrongs, Alyndra? What are you trying to amend by receiving an actual body?
Hang on.
Time to bust open the notes.
Mads, or Smadge, I should say. As you start to ask this question, you do feel as though you start to get pulled out of the network. Like, the magic that was keeping you here has started to fade. But you think you could maintain yourself if you expended a little more veil magic.
I'll do that.
That'll be 2 uses of veil magic with 2 remaining.
Mm-hmm.
You anchor. You are stable here. Alyndra takes a deep sigh. I have done many things. Horrible things. Things I both regret and things I don't. I attempted to create an infinite source of power for all the world, specifically Eternia, to benefit from. My intentions for it were selfish, but good. It was that very effort that created the Echoing Isles, as you know them. There is much to go over.
Much to go over, or are you just still trying to continue to hide things? I'm gonna like point to Mads, like Mads's like floating body, and then point to myself. Look what you've done to us, Alyndra. Our brain has broken in half and created 2 entities. Do we not deserve even just a fraction of the truth?
Give me a persuasion with advantage, because that was actually really solid.
Dang.
I'll provide you with relevant information. I can only give you so much while you're so far away, as I cannot maintain this connection anymore. Much of my power is used elsewhere. But the important information is that you have kept the Dryad from the Yuan Ti. And you must continue to keep them safe from the Yuan Ti. The Yuan Ti wish to use the Dryad's innate magic, Dryadic magic, to restart the Eternal Night program.
Is this your infinite power source you are seeking to make?
That I successfully made.
Mad's gonna like side eye, look around the room, like, yeah, it's in great condition.
There were those around me who were jealous of my success, of the greatness I would bestow upon everyone for nothing, and they attempted to use something they knew nothing about. They activated too much of its power at once, causing it to overload. And then there was nothing we could do to stop it. I did not allow them to perish in the explosion. No, I trapped them in a necklace to suffer forever.
A necklace?
Yes. My pendant.
I'm gonna take the pendant out of the bag. Would it be this?
Alyndra just sees the pendant, doesn't seem to give you any emotional reaction, and just, yes, that pendant.
Oh, I know some very people in terrible places who would pay a high price for this. Didn't know I had such connections to you, Miss Alyndra.
It is filled with those who would do anything to be free, to live again. They don't deserve it.
Says the person who entrapped them.
They single-handedly destroyed an entire civilization.
The Dryads, I presume?
All of Eternia. You see, Eternia now is just an island. But Eternia for me was a country. It was the southern region of Fagrim. It was once part of the main continent. But then the rest of the Magus Council opted to abuse my work, caused the overload. There was nothing to save. There's nothing to do to save anyone. There was nothing at all I could do. The best I could do was force them to live in suffering forever. And I only survived due to my unique attunement to Dryadic magic. And I live simply in the residual veil magic.
How very interesting indeed. I'm glad that this was something you happened to mention. Maybe I won't be so quick to get rid of it then.
Letting it fall into anyone's hands could allow them to have information that should best be lost. This necklace should be tossed into a deep chasm, into an abyss where it will never be found and they will never be free.
Smadge is gonna stow the necklace away now.
You feel yourself sort of floating away again.
Another one, Mr. DM.
Three
I got
down,
more
1
questions.
to go.
Well, since you have answered some of my questions, allow me to ask just one more.
You may ask as many as you would like, and I will answer.
My companion Pyrie has come across some seeds. I assume they're great seeds from Eternia. She has kept them for a long time. She says they're very rare. I do not know much about them. Just know that she loves them, so...
Roll some
I imbued
insight.
some of them... Oh.
Sorry, please continue, Elso.
No. Hold on. B. Pyrie really enjoys these seeds, and I imbued some of my veil magic. Mads did. Imbued some of their veil magic into these seeds. They started glowing.
With a 22 insight, Alyndra's eyes have narrowed as she flicks her eyes between Smadge and Mads. Obviously, there is something that has caught her attention.
And I notice this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stop and just... Seems like I got your attention now. Have anything to say about any of that?
You have imbued your magic, veil magic, into a seed?
More or less. We plan to take it to Eternia.
She will immediately... The wireframe disappears and everything begins to glow a very vibrant, hazy red as her voice shifts from her normal voice to more of like almost a demonic kind of thing. You must not take it there.
Why not?
The red fades and the wireframe reappears as she composes herself. You said the seed is glowing?
Yes.
Then it is ready to be planted. Over time, they would be able to raise a new batch of cultivated dryads. They could destroy the entire world with that.
Who can destroy the entire world?
The UNT. That is their goal. They wish for the second night to do the same as the first. To explode, killing all others but themselves, causing the miasma to spread, the miasma that allows them to live, to spread across Faegrim, across the world. And there would only be Yuan-Ti, there would be nothing else.
Then what are we to do with this seed? It seems rather wasteful to just let it perish.
Destroy
Such
it.
a rare find.
If you can.
You know, as helpful as you've been, you've also been extremely cryptic to the point where I have no reason to destroy it. How can I say that you're not being deceitful?
I suppose you can't. One way or the other, the Yuan-Ti will seek out your dryad friend, especially so if there are dryad seeds anywhere else in the world. They cannot grow them here. They have an orchard, but it is bare. It bears only fruit, no dryads. For dryad magic must be put into the tree. If you could do that with veil magic, then you too must be kept safe, hidden, away from Yuan-Ti.
I can take care of myself, thank you.
When an entire race rains down upon you, you think you can hold out alone?
I've made it this far by myself, and with the help of my companions.
Are they your companions, or are they Matt's?
Matt's companions. Don't be silly, Alyndra.
Because as I recall, when you were in charge, you didn't make it very far. Stabbed in the back, maybe?
I'm just gonna glare at her. Just knives straight out of my eyes. And I would still be rotting on the sidewalk if you wouldn't have so gracefully came down and brought me back to life, where I spent the last however many years suffering through countless people and countless horrors that you have done nothing but help distill. I'm gonna look at her one more time and just, do you even feel bad?
Roll an insight. At your words, it looks to you almost like you struck a physical blow. As Alyndra looks off to the side and seems to stare into nothing. I had to spread my power to many options, and many have, unfortunately, perished. You are one of few that remain, and likely the only one who could do anything about anything. Which brings me to being less cryptic. Oh, speaking of, you're starting to float away again.
Fine.
Lamau.
I was gonna say, probably can't just get pieces of it, can I? Last one, let's go. Of course, the lady would start giving me more information. The power starts to fade.
You're splitting your power between two people. Of course it will fade quickly.
Get on with it then. You said you were less cryptic.
To put bluntly, while Eternia is more habitable than it has been in 1200 years, and those that visit don't immediately die, the living must still use a medication that keeps them from becoming sick from miasma poisoning. You, being a user of Veil magic, do not suffer this same fate, which, while your friends could still join you, they will have a harder time than you. That being said, there is a facility in the center of Eternia where Zephyria once resided. Within this facility lies the dormant Second Night, a enormous eternity crystal, a power source of my own invention, that needs to be destroyed, along with the facility itself. Seeing as you have the ability to put magic into seeds, it seems likely you'd be able to put magic elsewhere. You will need to go to this facility, empower it with your magic, and cause it to destroy itself, and then escape before it does so. At that point, the miasma will quit flowing forth from the impact site. The Yuan-Ti will perish, and there will never be a chance for this to happen again.
Oh, what a good piece of information. Thank you, Alyndra. I will keep that in mind.
I doubt you'll be successful if you divide your power between two personalities.
If I knew how to fix it, Alyndra, don't you think I would have? This isn't my fault, may I remind you. With that, I would like to just give her a good old wicked smile and just, I will see you soon in Eternia, Alyndra. I look forward to our next meeting.
You kind of
I'm gonna
release
let
the anchor.
Yeah.
As you fade away, Alyndra looks between both of you with a bit of... It's not quite sadness, it's not quite pity, it's just sort of like a... I guess just a sad face. I don't know how else to describe that feeling. She is sad that you are two people now.
Maybe if she wasn't a liar.
She wasn't a raging bitch.
Smadge, you find yourself and just yourself. Back in that cell at the top of the cellar, no longer in the wireframiness that is the Veil Network. Alone.
I'm gonna kind of chuckle to myself and just, Mads, you spent years devoted to that woman, and I found out more information in that 5 minutes than entire devotion. And then we're gonna go back to wherever we were staying and go drink some moonshine.
Moonshine specifically, eh?
Yep.
Okay.
Speaking of, during which part of that did Morkella, if she ever,
yeah, she will have.
Mads leaving?
I just wanted to make sure that got all. So, Mads,
1000%.
You're gonna begin making your way to your current place of tenure, staying, whatever.
Yeah.
Tenure.
I think I was thinking of tenant, but I came up with tenure.
I think.
So, yeah, that's fine.
I think so.
At this point, it's probably been maybe an hour. If we rewind a touch, it's been maybe an hour since you guys left. You just had this conversation between all of you. It kind of calms down. Everyone's drinking their chalky milk because it's not hot chalky milk anymore. It's just it's just chalky milk. Anyway. At which point, Morkella
You're gonna like it.
Perk up a little bit. The mushrooms that grow along her head start wiggling a little. Mads has begun to move.
Well, I'm going to immediately sit up and turn to go, and then I'm going to kind of look at Az because I don't want to leave her. But I don't really want to force her to go either. So I'm just going to kind of look at her with a question like, are you coming, basically? Unspoken.
Az has an untouched cup of hot chocolate or chalky milk in front of her as she sort of leans on the table. She sees you get up, gives you a small smile, and then just kind of like continues to lean on the table.
Okay, then I'm gonna go over and kind of kiss her forehead and just say, just wait here. I know that was a lot, but I have to go follow her. And then I'm just gonna say to Morkella, where's she going?
She is heading north from her office.
Okay, I'm gonna run out the door and then just go full on stealth mode, and I'm going to attempt to track and follow.
Okay. Pyre, since you're in the same space, are you doing anything with that information?
With what? Sorry, with what? Huh?
Mads left the office, and I'm leaving to go stalk them.
No, that seems like Larry's doing some Larry bullshit thing, and Pyre's gonna be like, nope.
Okay. Liari, give me a investigation with advantage because you know their general location and direction. Good thing it has advantage. Jesus Christ, that one sure looks like a 20. 27.
When your one looks like a nat 20.
And are you hiding from Smadge, Mads?
I'm hiding from everybody. I'm full stealth mode all over the damn place.
Stealth
I'm
mode,
gone.
got it. Give me a stealth roll. And then for shits and giggles, give me an acrobatics. I assume you're going to do some roof hopping if that's available later.
Yeah, I mean, if I need to, if that's
You're
a
doing
thing.
some Assassin's Creed stuff. It's cool.
Hell yeah. Back to our roots.
So, Liara, you make your way to the main road, and you do find Smadge striding purposefully towards the cellar. They see the two guards and walk in without any issue. Don't even regard the guards. They do not care, and they enter the cellar. What's your next move?
Well, I'm following.
Are you gonna just...
I'd like to... If I can slip in past or behind the guards, because I don't know exactly where they're stationed. But if I'm doing Assassin's Creed bullshit...
Yeah, you're fine. They rolled low. Like, even if I give them like the 2 or 3 plus on their modifier, they're not gonna see you, which I didn't think they would in the first place. So yeah, you easily slip in past the guards and follow Smadge as they make their way through the cellar.
Does this place look operational? I'm gonna kind of like flinch because I hate being here.
No, there's many of the walls inside and everything inside. A lot of the exterior has been burned. The whole building is pretty inoperational. Like, it's not a place that's in use currently.
So the station guards are more for like this is a condemned building, stay out.
So you follow in. I mean, it's made of stone because stone guards. So it's not like it's gonna go anywhere. It's just not great. Anyway, yeah, you make your way up following Smadge, who has a one-track mind, to the top. Smadge eventually enters into the same cell where you found Azyria all that time ago. And then seems to just stop. And you wait for a second, just peeking out around the wall of the top of the cellar, as a blast of blue light seems to fire out from Mads, and they seem to stand in a trance for a few moments before they come right back, chuckle to themselves, seem to mutter under their breath something to Mads, something about goddess Alyndra. It's hard to hear. And then they start striding back for the stairs you're on. What are you doing?
Why am I on this stairs? I would move behind one of the, because the round cells that were in there were like solid cover, right?
Yeah, they're solid covers. So yeah, you could move out behind those.
Yeah.
At this point, I will have Mads roll me a perception check. Just in general. Seeing as Liari's being stealthy, yeah, not likely. Yeah.
Pretty good, though.
So, Mads, you make your way, with Liari secretly following, out through the cellar, back to your location, and your house was like a separate residential house, if I recall right, that you just kind of staked out for yourself.
Yeah, like once the war happened, like it was just like an empty house.
Yeah.
And I just claimed it.
Get this nice towery one.
I'm a squatter.
Let's go with that. So, you make your way past the big noble house, the big one that the whole party was supposed to share, and the one that you didn't want to go to. You make your way past it to the tall kind of side house out here that is very separate. You don't have to deal with a lot of passerbys. You're at the end of the street. There's a lot of trees nearby. Like, it's fairly private. You make your way to the house, open the door, head inside, lock everything behind you.
What's a lock?
Yep. It's not gonna matter, but you know.
Honestly, I'm not gonna let myself in because they haven't done anything, or rather, Markellas, I didn't say anything, just said that they left. So I guess I'm just gonna like window peek, as it were, scale up the building if I have to, and just kind of like observe for a while and look at how they've been living and general, like, what does it look like? Like, are they doing okay? Does it look like
stealth.
Mads is in trouble?
Give me another stealth and give me an investigation. With that in mind, I'm not going to have you roll acrobatics to climb around the building because I already had you roll it just in case we used it. Mads, you're safe at home. You didn't think you were followed, probably.
I don't think Smadge would really care.
Yeah.
Smadge is too confident that they can handle it, so...
Okay, fair enough. So, you make your way inside and get out your moonshine from your backpack, or shelf. Maybe you have a shelf that has your moonshine on it. Who knows?
Yeah, I like to think it's still in the bag. And I'm also going to take the amulet out, and I just kind of want to look at it. Just like, I don't know, like very like evil villain, like just like have it in my hand, just like stroke the stones, like swirl my vodka.
I gave Gollum a ring. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's concerning to me.
Insane.
I remember what we went through to get that amulet and the fact that we bullshitted so that so many people wouldn't have it. And I'm like,
Smadge.
why is Smadge holding that?
You pull out the moonshine and take a good swig of it. It's like, 150 proof. It's solid. And then you grab the necklace and you hear the screams as they enter your mind. The screams, I didn't do it, I'm sorry. People screaming, eternal torment kind of vibes.
Oh my god, you sure
still
have been saying that the whole time, too.
Sure have been.
Wow.
Saying that. Not like this hasn't been a plan forever, guys. That being said, as you hear these screams and they invade your mind, does Smadge still keep it in their hand?
Imagine they're just going to take like a really big, deep breath, just like hear the screams, and then just be like, yes, it all makes sense now. And then they'd let it go.
It clatters onto the table. You continue enjoying your moonshine as you feel a thump in your backpack from when you were rustling around in it. And you look down and you see the funny journal.
Thank you,
when
Mr. GM.
When the journal is forcing itself to be a part of the plot.
The fates are screaming rather loudly this evening.
I will take the funny amulet, put it away so it's nice and safe before I get too drunk and forget. And then it gets stolen.
Yeah. Sorry, and then you do what?
And then because the book just so happened to fall and open probably to an exact page.
Falls out of the backpack, on the floor, onto the table, opens to the right page, a steaming cup of hot chocolate appears next to it.
Time to read, I guess. I would like to read it.
Okay.
See if there, in particular, anything about the... I'm very curious to know about the Yuan-Ti and their process that they used with the Eternia.
I will say the Yuan... wait, hang on. Can I give you that information? I can't give you that information.
Okay, just give me whatever information.
Yeah, it's all in order. You had the previous 3 journal entries that are somewhere. I think they're in short stories. Maybe?
Yes.
If they're not,
they're
I'll
in
post
Mad's
them there later.
notes, I'm pretty sure, if anything.
I think so.
So, entry 4. Let me bop this so that everybody can read along if they'd like later.
Feed me.
We're finally opening the journal again.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
when did you guys get the journal again? Hang on.
In the tower right
So
before we
long.
got the amulet.
I've been silently screaming
Because
for
it was
6 months.
I found it in the tower when we were trying to get the amulet. But it wasn't on the top with it. It was just hanging out.
Yeah, you walked into a room that had a library and you searched the or was that on the desk?
No, that was on the desk. Pyrie searched for a book and got 50 things to do with a dead lich.
So true. I forgot about that.
Oh my God, he's a lich.
I rolled for that title. I rolled on a roll table for that title.
I remember this. I completely forgot about that.
So anyway, entry 4. The 155th day of the Healer's Moon, 51st era of the Merchant. I am alone. My master has perished by the hands of the very dryads we study. We have tried for many years to make them understand, but they refuse us and our research. My master has decided to take a more practical approach and obtain a sample from the dryads so that we can find proof of the good it will do. But today, while in the Dryad Grove, when my master attempted to obtain a sample from a tree containing an unborn dryad for our eternity crystal, it seems as if all dryads in the vicinity felt a disturbance from that tree, and they quickly swarmed to the point of disturbance and overcame my master's power by the sheer number and ferocity. I watched them mercilessly and brutally eviscerate my master within mere moments, before I could think to move, and within those moments I watched as the life left my master's eyes, leaving an emptiness where there had once been power and knowledge. The dryads turned to me then, and I only just escaped with my life and the crystal. The dryads continued on their day and night, unbothered by the murder they committed less than a day ago. Since then, there has been no justice from the guards or courts that protect our cities and its citizens. It is early, the sun having yet to rise, and I find myself disturbed by a page delivering a decision from the court. They apologized for waking me at such an early hour, but I had not slept, the death of my master heavy on my mind. The page left, and alone I opened the decision. The courts had decided in the early hours this morning that the dryads live by their own rules and laws outside of our own, and our laws have no place over them, as they are not citizens of Eternia. It continued, but the words blur together as the rage boils up inside my chest. Tears never coming, only anger.
Oh, I'm gonna kill her. I was raging so hard during the Smadge discussion. Oh, it's so bad. Fuck all them scientists. Hell no, that's crazy.
Stem cell research.
Yeah, you were funny. That was funny, but also fuck off, dude. Oh my god.
Anna's angry and I'm too busy making plant jokes.
Okay, well, yeah, but that's because it matters to me, right? That's a good joke.
That's a top tier joke, actually.
Thank you. That's all I can think of the whole time you're doing it. I was like, wow, okay, they really invented stem cell research with this. Holy shit.
There is one more entry I have written whenever you want that. I will be writing more because I have them in bullets.
Sure. I want it. Also, that answered so many questions for me, Blaine. About, yeah. There's a, yeah.
That's why the book popped out of the bag with hot chocolate. You guys are at the point where you need all the information to start being revealed, like, actually.
Oh my god. It makes me want to hurry up and get to the damn fucking story. It's fine. We'll get there eventually.
We just gotta kiss and make up.
I know. I thought that was going to be today. It is not going to be today.
Liari, you do. Yeah, I thought it was going to be today too. That's not how this worked out. That's fine. Liara, you have kind of searched throughout the house, keeping an eye on Mads as they touched the funny necklace drank a bunch of moonshine, and pulled out a book. Mads, how is the place you live? Like, is it kept clean, or is it like a bachelor pad?
It's not. I wouldn't say it's a bachelor pad, but Mads has been going through it mentally and physically, and drinking. So there's not a whole lot that's been necessarily done. I wouldn't say there's like old food everywhere, but it's definitely like there's socks on the floor. Where, there might be like a few things like stowed out that don't need to be out.
Okay. So it's slightly messy, but nothing disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like
We probably haven't. We don't take our shoes off, kind of thing. Like the floors definitely need swept.
Mads has been sleeping in their shoes. They put them on the bed.
You don't wear shoes.
Oh, right.
That's true. I don't. And I don't.
They're not washing their feet, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's just like dirty hobbit footprints.
Dirty hobbit feet. Overall, they look like they're fairly taking care of themselves, though the amount of empty bottles strewn about is a bit concerning.
Yeah, I know Mads drinks, but not at that pace. Thanks. I'm gonna report everything that I see to the gang because the 2 hours is still going on from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna be like, okay, so Mads went to the cellar and went up to where we found Az and kind of like spaced out for a couple of minutes. There was like a blue flash and then they came back, and then anyway, their house is kind of down the road from ours. It's kind of like that skinny tower looking one. And I can't tell how well there's bottles everywhere, and I don't know if Mads is okay, but they were sitting there and they were looking at the amulet kind of creepy like, and then they were reading from this book. I don't know. Like, they're not doing anything crazy. I hope Mads comes back tomorrow, like Smadge said.
I hope Mads comes back too. What do you
and then
think,
I'll kind of.
I'm sure it's
She's gonna shake the cat, Pyrie.
I'm sure it's fine.
Pyrie's not a cat, first of all. Second of all, I did respond.
I know, I said it. I talked at the same time. Sorry.
Pyrie's just gonna be like, I'm sure it's fine. Probably. Maybe. I'm assuming.
Possibly. Liara, do you continue stalking Mads, or what do you do?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is I'm probably gonna hang out until they're like well asleep, and then I'll go like back to where we've been staying. But then, because I only take 4 hours to rest, I would probably come back to stake out to catch them right when they wake up.
So Smadge has a stalker. Got it.
Well, somebody does.
Smadge.
Mm-hmm.
You've been reading this journal. You could probably read more if you wanted, but is there anything you'd like to do before the evening sets in?
Nope.
Okay. So the evening sets in. Do you just crash out?
Put the book away, go to sleep.
Beautiful. Okay. Does anybody do anything today, this evening, other than the aforementioned things? I'm gonna go with no.
I wanna look around to make sure that Mads is safe because they've been on their own this whole time and they're like mayor. So I'm gonna check to see if like I don't know anyone's scoping out. Cause I'm up here already. I'm already on the roof. I may as well just check.
What a funny thing to look for. Go ahead and give me a perception roll.
Good. The one that's not for me because I don't see God. Well, it's good enough.
Yeah, it looks pretty quiet out here.
Apparently not that good. Or you're just...
Evening has set in, and you do see a lot of people in the fields, which seems weird, but you know.
So true.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
The clothes are working.
So weird, bro.
Probably would like to attempt to put the bear back in the bag.
You do your
not
best.
really sure how to do it.
To like pick up a paw and put it into the bag, and you can't get the paw in the bag. You're definitely not gonna get this whole bear back in the bag. How did you get the bear out of the bag? Hang on.
Mm-hmm. I tapped the bag, ball rolled out, ball turned into bear.
You take a look in the bag, and it looks like there's 2 more balls in there.
Oh God.
Fire's dumping them out on the ground.
No! The zoo!
She's like, what is this? And just...
Will you roll me a...
Where's
it's
the
a D8.
Egg
This
of
one?
tricks.
A 2.
Okay. What's the next one?
Owl is a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
What's the
My
7?
God.
Oh no! We're the whole damn circus.
Pyrie, inside the house, it's quieted down. Everyone's sort of winding down. Joe's just sharpening weapons. Azaria is still like sort of sitting with their thoughts. Morkella's eyes are bright as they have the arcane eye still following Mads around because they've not been instructed to not do that.
Aw, they're so autistic. I love them.
As you dump out 2 more fur balls, and from these little balls of fur, one sprouts wings. Woo! Comes an owl. And then standing next to the bear grows a full-sized lion. They just look pretty docile. They're just still hanging out. As Joe stands up abruptly and starts backing away. It starts to like pull his sword out, kind of freaking out a little bit. Azaria is actually going to do a roll to see if she recognizes what's happening.
She hasn't been doing well with the brain thinky thing, so I don't have a whole...
She did real well with this roll, though.
Well, that's good.
She kind of watched this whole thing happen and just kind of looks like a little bit squinty-eyed, like, what the fuck? Back over at Pyrie.
Pyrie's gonna kind of just look at the lion, look at the owl, and then just like look in the bag and kind of like reach her hand in there to see if there's anything else.
Well, it's just
Like-
an empty little canvas bag.
She's going to look. She's going to have an even more confused look on her face than she previously did, and then just go, and then just like, I tried my best. That's it, I guess. And instead, just kind of instructs all the critters to kind of like nestle together, and she's just gonna go curl up with them for cozy time. Because she's like, I don't know what to do then. I tried my best.
I tried my best to put it back, and more came out.
Yeah,
The
pretty
bear
much. And
sits.
she just shrugs.
The lion curls into the bear. You snuggle in between the two, and you're just basically surrounded by warm pillows as the owl hops into your lap.
So cute.
Fantastic. I
Ambo
love it.
clunks over and
Amazing.
hops
I'm
in your
really
lap,
happy
too.
for you.
Oh, hell yeah.
And also, we're so fucked for going around town. It's over.
We've always been fucked for going around town. What do you mean?
Yeah, but before it was just like a we're weird and clearly don't belong here type shit.
Yeah, and I'm just asserting my dominance of we're weird and we clearly don't belong here. I don't know what your problem is.
Asserting my dominance.
Yeah, I'm asserting our dominance of we're weird. We clearly don't belong here. That's all.
Pyre, you have nestled in with the animals in what I imagine to be like the living room, essentially.
Yeah, sure.
Morkella does sort of lean over because you're kind of like next person in command, if that makes sense. Like you're the person to talk to, and Morkella's like, should I continue to watch Mads while Liari is also watching Mads?
Pyre's just gonna be like, I guess in case Larry does something to like ask for assistance.
I can only maintain this for another 3 hours at most, and then I will need to rest.
Do it for that longer than rest.
Very well. And she'll go back and sit at the table and continue watching. Joe and Azaria go to their respective rooms to sleep, however. On that note, Liara, you stay there into the morning. Mads, at what point do you just go crash out? Like immediately, or like do you stay up and do stuff?
I'd probably read for a little bit, get sleepy, and then crash. I don't think they'd stay up super late.
And I need to correct your headcanon there, Mr. DM, because I wasn't staying here all night. I was just coming back in the morning.
Oh, my apology. I thought you were staying until Mads slept.
I'm staying till Mads sleeps.
Yes.
And then Mads typically sleeps longer than I do.
8 hours, yes.
If we recall. Yeah, so then I will go back to the mansion and like, you know, curl up with Az and do my little 4-hour thing and then go back before I would assume they would wake up in the morning and try and catch them.
Mr. DM.
That's me.
I have this funny idea.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
The last time you had a funny idea, you ended up as mayor.
That was a good time.
I'd like to take my invisibility cloak and I'd like to put it on and then fall asleep. I have this idea that Mads wouldn't be paranoid, but Smads would be really paranoid.
Doesn't it only work for like 2 hours?
Mm-hmm.
40.
40 hours?
That's what I thought.
Nah, that's a 2-hour cape.
Oh, well.
I want to double check now, but I'm 99%
Oh, it
sure.
is 2 hours. You're right. I don't know why I thought 40.
40?
Oh, it's because for
hella
every
crazy.
uninterrupted period of 12 hours that the cloak gets used, it regains 1 hour of duration. But I imagine that does not stack.
No, it has a maximum of 2 hours. Yeah, maximum duration of 2 hours.
Never mind.
That
then.
would be insanely useful. Holy shit.
1/2 of Mads a day. Why are we measuring food in Mads?
Mads, you're a whole
Why not?
88 pounds. Look at you go.
Wow.
All right. So
You
Mads, you
back
do lay on the
potatoes.
bed, not using the cape.
I'm tempted to use the cape even if just for the 2 hours.
Okay. You put the cape on and disappear. Liari, give me a d20. We're gonna roll a luck check. 15 or higher, you actually saw Mads put it on.
Even though I was actively watching them, but okay.
Oh. Well, I figured you were looking around the house, too.
I guess it depends on when it is, right?
I imagine I'd get up and it would be like a thing that I do, so I think...
I mean, it's
Leora
funny
would
if I just
probably-
assume they disappear. It's fine. We can run with it. Do the funny thing.
Just trying to make it a little more fair, because it's another player, so, like...
Yeah, 1,000%.
Shrugs.
Do you also want me to roll a history check to see if I remembered that Matt says it? No, just kidding.
That would be hilarious. No, I'd say you have enough intelligence. That's not an issue. Mads isn't really like stealthily doing this, so the call was more for funniness because you were watching, Mads. So I will redact the luck check. I think that's a fair thing to put out. So then, Liara, you would watch as Mads makes their way up to the room, throws on the cape, becomes invisible, and you can no longer see them. You do, however, see the bed become indented.
I'm upskirting via bed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'll do the thing where if the dent does not move for like an hour, then I will assume they are asleep. Or if I hear snoring, then I will leave.
Mads, do you snore?
They're a drunkard. Of course they snore.
Yeah, Sam, probably like at least something. Yeah, they make like me 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 me.
I was just thinking that too. The familiar Mads happens. And you're familiar. You guys have stayed in multiple places together. Like you know this is the snore they do. So you're good. You head back to the mansion, I guess we'll call it. Get your sleep. Everyone sleeps as you walk in, Liari. However, you do walk up into the kitchen and see Morkella still at the table, eyes still glowing. Wonderful. You have returned. Shall I continue to watch Mads?
Oh, no, that's okay, Morkella. Thank you for your assistance today. I really appreciate it.
The eyes glow a little less as she releases the spell. Of course. I will now rest. Good night. She stands up and walks up to her space.
Then I look to the other corner and there's just a giant fur pile.
Yep. You turn and there is a bear, a lion, an owl. There is Hambone. There is Pyrie.
Pyrie.
I was trying to remember if there was anything else.
Biddy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Biddy.
I assumed Biddy was hanging out with Joe, but either way. There's a pile of animals in Pyrie currently.
Is Pyrie alive and breathing?
Pyrie, are you alive and breathing?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's alive.
Yeah, alrighty then, I'm going to bed.
No further questions. I'm just gonna leave.
Yep, no.
Okay.
Just the.
I've noticed that our circus has multiplied rapidly in the like hour or two or however many I've been gone, and I've just resigned myself to being well, there's nothing I can do about it now. It goes to bed.
Amazing. On that
that's
note,
weird.
So
it's like a not again.
You all sleep. Liari and Pyrie, you have the least amount of sleep required, as you only need 4 hours apiece.
Yep.
You two wake up first, just as dawn is about to crack.
Lord, she cracking.
Yep.
does anybody want to do anything specifically?
Are my animals still there?
Good question.
It's before dawn, so currently, yeah, absolutely.
Twisting, really, and twisting. That's all. I was just curious about that.
Sure.
I don't believe my psychic whispers breaks if someone like is not conscious, aka going to sleep. I don't see anything. It just says that they can end it, but I don't see that it ends. So I think I will, like, when I wake up, because I think Aziria's an 8-hour rester is what I gathered from all of that.
Correct.
So I'll just kind of, when I get up to go back to Mads, if Az isn't fully up, I'm going to kind of like kiss her maybe on the cheek or something, and then I'm gonna connect to her.
Just her?
Well, she's the one that's in the room with me.
Yep. Nice.
And I have 8 hours there, and then I'm just gonna say, I'm going back to check to see if Mads is back and to see if I can get them to come over. If you need me, I'm in here, and I'll just kind of point to the head, and then
Azyria raises her face from the pillow and has that like curly hair bedhead thing going on. And she like lifts it up and it's just a rat's nest, and it turns over to look at you. And blinks really slowly as she's like becoming awake in the middle of REM. Okay. Be careful.
Mm-hmm.
And then blop.
So cute.
So you make your way back to Mads. Passing Pyrie, who is awakened and is, you know, amazing. Who's awakened and is, you know, getting up and doing things.
Hee.
So, you also make your way out the door completely silently, not a single sound in the silence of the morning, before the birds chirp, before the sun arises. You have gone out the door, and you arrive at Mads' house just as the first lights of dawn crack over the horizon.
Well,
Climb.
Sturge.
You climb up to the window, look through at where Mads was, and they have the cape on. However, the cape does not provide any invisibility at this point. And they seem to be currently asleep? Question mark. Looks at Mads. Getting a full night of sleep there?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, cool. Full night of sleep. Cheers. So, Liara, you hang out at the window for a couple more hours until Mads finally wakes up. We're going to return to Liari as the first rays of dawn crack over the horizon, and then the animals all disappear.
No.
Oh. I just barely missed that. Lamau. Eek.
Paris little said she doesn't have her snuggle party anymore.
All of them.
That's fair.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Little said she doesn't have her snuggle party, but she's just gonna, you know, the mental note for later.
For
Are the
later.
balls back in the bag?
Oh yeah, I'm assuming they poof back into ball form.
I don't know.
Mr.
I am
DM?
I am actively looking for how much it like respawns, if you will, and it's not listed in the item. Like where's this information?
Interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't have an actual. Oh, this bag can't be used again until the next dawn. Yeah, you just get 3 balls every day. That's actually insane. Actually insane. Crazy.
I get balls. Let's go.
So.
Furry balls.
Free balls.
These fellers, whoop, they're gone.
I get so many
Mads,
balls.
it is first thing in the morning. You have just awoken.
Learn to juggle.
Who's in charge today?
Mads is in charge today. We rolled a 12.
Yo!
Mads is gonna wake up like they had the worst day of drinking they've ever had in their life. You know, like very, hangover. They're just like, what did I do?
And I'm watching them very closely through the window to see if I can determine if it's Smadge or Mads.
We're gonna notice the cloak is on and like take it off, like paranoid freak much.
What do you do with your morning, Mads? Generally.
Well, is it a day that I have to go to be mayor?
I mean, you're mayor every day, so shrugs. You can do whatever you want.
That's true. I'm probably.
You're asking if you get weekends off?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm asking. What's my work schedule?
You're a dictator.
Your schedule is whatever you want it to be, Lord Mayor.
Okay. Lord. Okay. I'd like to just, I guess, like wake up, gather my things, kind of, brush myself off, and then head up to the city hall.
All right. So you're heading to City Hall. Are you as paranoid as Smadge?
No.
Okay, you head towards City Hall.
Maybe we're a little bit more paranoid now, but not like Smadge level.
Do you think anybody's maybe like followed you somewhere?
They might look around because I'm a little freaked out about Tarvalo and the twins.
Yeah.
All the other copious amounts of people that have been irritated by me.
A lot going on. Give me a perception roll, would you? It's not gonna help you.
What the fuck was that? No one can help you now.
Well, I was saying against your 32 stealth, it's unlikely that she'll see you.
It's unlikely.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah.
Mads, you get up, look out the windows, make your way out of your house, and there's the normal morning hustle and bustle of people that have become familiar to you in so much as they walk the same places you do. You don't really necessarily engage with people unless you choose to, but yeah, you make your way to the town hall.
Cool beans.
Cool beans. Mads is in charge. Liara, you've been following Mads as they make their way to the town hall. Is there anything that you do specifically during this time frame?
I've just been checking to see if I can tell which one it is.
Give me... You have a 21 insight, yeah?
Yeah.
Give me... No, insight would be the only roll. You could tell pretty well it's Mads just by the way that they're maneuvering and handling themselves versus how Smadge did yesterday.
Yeah, they're totally different. Okay, then I'm gonna, like, discreetly follow them into their office and allow the door to close and
Damn.
just say, so you're back?
Wow, what the? Where did you come from?
You know me.
Yeah. For the time, I seem to be myself again. Matt's is gonna be very uncomfortable, just like... Clearly we have to talk about it, but they don't want to.
Yeah, that's probably... my face is very clearly gonna show that that's not gonna fly. So, are you okay? What happened?
I don't know if I'm necessarily okay. I thought I could handle it, but it's clearly not going well. And then I'll explain about Elia, like when we met the goddess and figuring out who the goddess actually was. And yada yada. And then just go, I don't know, just like go through Matt's point of view from that and like how the like fracture happened.
Amazing. That's gonna piss me right off. I'm gonna say, Mads, I know you're upset about your goddess, but she's a bitch.
Matt's is...
And I'm gonna kill her.
Last night, Smadge went and found her again and interrogated her. It was terrifying.
Do you know what Smadge wants? They kept talking about having their own goals and aspirations. What is that?
I think they just want to see the world burn. If they have intentions, they haven't made them very well known. Besides self-interest and self-preservation.
DM is screaming inside right now.
About?
Please continue.
Oh, screaming inside because
we're finally talking, or something else.
The self-preservation and whatnot, because the goal from the conversation Alyndra had with Smadge was they want to see all the stuff that they did is dismantled. They want it destroyed.
Right.
Whatever happens after that could theoretically be self-interest or not. But anyway, that's all. Moving on.
True. Just looking at Mads and taking all that in, because that's a whole fucking clusterfuck. And you really can't control...
No. It's like I wake up and I never know what I'm going to be, who I'm going to be, and I have no control when I'm there. I'm just watching through my own body. It's the most horrifying thing because I just see myself doing all these things and I can't control it. There was a moment where
that's not you.
Still, it is me. It's my body. They think it's me.
Well, we know it's not now.
I would explain all the things that happened with Smadge and Alyndra as well. And just like the emphasis on Azaria needing to be kept away and not bringing those seeds to Eternia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get a conflicted look on my face, and I will let it show. And I'm going to explain that it's complicated and that we should probably talk to the group, because if it were just up to me, I would agree. I don't want Azaria anywhere near that place. I don't want any of us anywhere near that place. but there's more going on. Has Pyrie talked to you about the seeds?
She said I'm a father, and then prattled off about how we pick them.
That's horrifying.
I asked the pickle guy what he thought of it, and he didn't help me much.
You talked to Regulus?
Regulus has been helping me to try and get on Pyrie's good side.
Well,
I've had some very interesting interactions as being mayor.
did you know he was a lich?
A what?
Yeah, all right, never mind. Means nothing to anybody. Anyway.
Liches are the stuff of like legends and folklore.
Oh.
Like
I just thought of like the fruit, like leeches.
Lychees?
Oh, lychee.
You thought he was a fruit?
Wasn't really sure what it was.
I love you.
A lich is generally, in most culture, it is a powerful. In D&D terms, it's usually a powerful wizard who has done black magic in order to become immortal, and through that process, they take the soul out of their body and they put it into a container of sorts, so they never actually die.
There's a Horcrux. We can kill it.
I was just about to say that.
Actually, yeah, Horcrux is pretty on point, legitimately, like
It's
in
in the
comparison.
It's in the snake.
It's in the snake. Oh my god. It's in Pike.
Oh my god.
I'm killing him.
Which snake, guys? There's an entire race of them.
Oh god.
All of them. I'm killing all them too. Minus Carlane if she stays hidden from me because I was dumb that one day and it saved her life. Okay, anyway, the lich thing meant nothing to you, so I'm just gonna say, yeah, with the seeds, I don't know if saying you're a father is really right, but... And I'm gonna kind of talk in hushed tones just in case, because I don't know what's going on, but I'm just gonna be like, the seeds could be baby dryads, and it needs their magic to grow them. We don't know all the particulars. We don't know how it works. But if you were also able to put your magic in one, and it's your magic, and it's Az's magic, based on my previous knowledge of how babies are made, you could be a parent. It's kind of hard to say.
Can't be a parent if it doesn't grow, though. You gotta find some dirt that it likes.
Right. Hence why we might need to go to Eternia.
I'm going to try...
Back to why it's complicated.
Yeah. I intend to pass off mayorship soon. I was hoping to do it last week. Unfortunately, Mads was in charge. And Mads is self-interest based and did not want to do that. And I may have gotten myself into some very serious situations with Tarvalo and the twins. So I think leaving this place as quickly as possible is probably the best idea for me.
I'm just kind of looking at you wide eyes and I'm like, what do you mean?
The amulet, they know that it's not real, which we know that. I now know what the amulet is, thanks to Smadge attacking Alyndra. And they really, really want it. And I was quite... I mean, you know how Smads is. Smads was very much an asshole. So they're very upset. And their henchman, their hench lady, man, I forgot their gender.
They're-
I somehow convinced them
Sylvar is
potentially
they them,
yeah.
which is very funny.
Oh,
that came up.
that's
Wildly funny, actually.
Even better.
Even better.
Non-beanie legend.
I somehow convinced their hench person that they should come work for me. And I have to come up with some plan to basically kill them without killing them so they can be free from the clan. Tervallo is seeking the pendant as payment for you two not fulfilling your side of the contract. And I've
all of a
managed
sudden it's gonna dawn on me and I'm gonna be like, I wasn't even there when y'all voted for mayor.
I know, and that is why he is upset, and he's seeking it as payment to hold over the twins. But now that I know what it is, I can't get rid of it. I was going to give it to him just to vex her, but now I can't.
Yeah, I would really prefer you didn't if it's tied in with all of this mess with Eternia and the Dryads and your fake goddess and the Yuan-Ti and all this science bullshit. My brain is like starting to explode because I'm not, none of us are the smart and that's a lot. And I'm just sitting there like, oh.
Mads is just like word vomiting. Like they haven't talked to somebody about this and it is killing them. Like we're just gonna rattle detail.
Good, because we need to hear it. And I'm just gonna be like, you need to come back. We need to talk to the party, the whole party. And we need to figure this out. Surely we'll come up with a plan. We need information. We need to figure out what's going on with the seeds. We need to figure out what's going on with a lot of stuff, really. Figure out next steps. You say we can't stay here because people are pissed off. We don't want to go to Eternia. We have to go to Eternia.
Feels like everything is a contradiction.
Yeah. Will you come back?
I cannot promise that I will not be evil, Smadge.
Well, we can talk about what to do when that's the case.
Maybe
we feed you a Snickers. I don't know. You're not you.
You're not you when you're hungry. Okay.
Or we can tie you up. I don't know. But will you come back, please?
Yes.
Do you need to work or are you handing it off? What's going on here? I'm going to gesture around the office because the day just started. But all of this seems like peanuts in comparison to everything else that's going on. So I'm just like, what's the...
Mr. DM, it's only been one day, right?
This is literally the next day.
Okay.
Yeah, we're back to the pacing of D&D that we're used to, where 5 sessions is one in-game day.
Got him. So I shouldn't expect anything with the twins to happen today.
That would seem unlikely.
Okay. My only plan for today was to get Araltha and see if I could gather her to talk about handing over mayorship to her.
Okay.
Since I'm in control, I feel like I can do that.
Okay.
Then that'll be where we begin tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Tomorrow would be great. But
tomorrow? Oh, I'm so excited for D&D tomorrow.
I'll fucking do it.
More D&D.
More D&D.
But yeah,
unironically, every day that's not a Monday fucking sucks now.
I know,
that's
right?
Amazing, actually. I love that that's your reaction.
Hell yeah.
But that seems like a good place to call it for the day.
Yippee! Wow, so much.
That was a lot, actually.
So tasty.
Very tasty.
Much. Oh my god. Excuse me. Oh
Much
my
wow.
goddess.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh boy. How we feeling?
Yes.
So
Yes.
D&D tomorrow, eh? Same time?
I can't wait.
I have bear and lion and an owl.
No,
I
you
have
don't.
3 of them.
Yeah, they might re-roll though, so I don't know.
Yeah, but I got things and I can throw them at people.
That's fair.
True. But
That being
I
said,
guess that's why it's called a bag of tricks, right?
bag of tricks. You never know what you're
Like,
gonna get.
catch this, and then you just get fucking plowed by a brown bear.
Damn. Get plowed by a brown bear. Anyway,
Oh my god, it's just like Baldur's Gate.
I was gonna say, what was that man's name?
Halson,
Halson!
what are you doing,
Halson,
Halson?
what are you doing?
So anyway,
That's the name
on
of the
this
bear.
banger of a
That's
weave,
such a good weeb, Blaine.
thanks.
Wow.
I
Oh my
did my
God.
best and made it transparent for some reason, but that's fine. Anyway, we're gonna call it here, guys. We will be back next Monday, probably, and be back for another session. So, thank you all so much for being here. Liara, you want to give your last roll a shot?
Yeah!
I'm remembering.
I need my cape!
I would have
Shit.
lost it if you got a cape, though. That would have been nuts. But on that note, everybody, thank you so much for being here with us today. We had a lot of fun, and we hope you enjoyed all of the crazy RP and reveals that have been happening throughout the last couple of sessions, and more to come. And we'll see you all next Monday for episode 60.
Wowee.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Can't wait. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, wait, I gotta do my thing. Stay safe and stay bold.